Hello.
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 And we're rusty, dude.
Okay. Let's try that again.
We got our own Clika. Strong Clika. 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 That's all we got is Clika. 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 Can you respect?
Hello.
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 Hello. Here, you do the second one. I'll do the higher pitch.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. A little higher.
What the fuck, you Andrew Lloyd Webber? What the fucking... Welcome to the Clika Podcast, episode 55.
What's up, everybody?
As usual, my name is Chris.
World.
Hey, who the fuck's this stranger next to you, Dick?
My name's Joel. It's been a while. I've been in hiatus, but
It's
I'm
a long
back.
name. It's a long name. Joel, it's been a while. I'm in the hiatus.
Wait, he's a podcaster?
But I am back. And
Guess who's back?
Extremely happy to be here.
Back in town. Joel is back.
Yes,
Who else is here?
Hectick.
Welcome, Hectick.
That's a long ass pause right
Hey,
there.
did you bring an earthquake with you, fool?
Not this time, but I brought fires.
Hey, there was an earthquake on Saturday. Did anybody feel it?
Hey, we forgot about introducing somebody else, Dick.
Oh, yeah.
One more guy, dude. Fuck.
Fuck Bago, Dick. We don't need him.
Yeah, one more guy with your fucking
I know.
Daffy Duck Bill hat.
Hey, so you have a new album coming out?
Yeah. Thank you for asking. I am having one coming out tomorrow. It's dropping at 10 o'clock at night. Don't ask me why.
SoundCloudRecords.com.
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking with
You
you.
don't have any tattoos on your face.
Oh, no, huh? Let me put a fucking 6'5" on my shit, dude.
Hey, did you see that video? The cholo all tatted up, face all tatted up. They bet him $1,000 he can't do 50 shots of tequila.
Oh,
I saw that.
Ah, fuck, dude.
Wow.
I just like somebody put a caption in there saying like you know this motherfucker already makes bad mistakes. Look at his face. It's all tatted up, his fucking scalp, everything, dig.
He didn't make it to the parking lot.
20 minutes later, they're like carrying him out. The whole video had him like 20 minutes later.
Wow.
They fucking carried him out, dig.
How many?
Well,
50.
How many did he get to? How many did he get
No,
to?
they said 50, but I counted 40. But he did all 40 shots.
Of what?
Fucking Patron.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why didn't he just drink the bottle?
Yeah.
that
Gotta show off.
I believe that was taking place at in Inglewood off of Florence and Locust.
Oh,
Beefy restaurant there.
For all your fucking alcohol poisoning needs.
If you ever need to do 40 shots, Fiesta Martin.
Why
in
though?
Inglewood.
Why?
$1,000 is $1,000, dude. It's a good down payment for the medical bills.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll need
exactly.
it for the ambulance at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if I was that guy, I'd go back to Fiesta Martin and be like, I'm gonna sue you guys for, condoning this type of action here.
Yeah,
could've
dude.
died.
If something
Who
happened
could've-
to him,
Yeah, he could die.
Can you imagine him in court with the suit and his face all tatted?
Yeah, can you imagine if he would have gotten like heart failure or
fuck
something?
that, dude.
Hey, so what's up, Your Honor? I took like 40 shots. That shit was gone.
I know, on the witness stand, Dick.
I felt
Now you want to look, check it out.
the next day. I felt my Leon.
Ladies,
I got renal failure.
Damn, I had shoulder. No.
ladies and gentlemen, you heard my client say how gasho it was.
Hey, let the record show. I made my mom made menudo all day, and I want to put that on the bill.
Those lemons ain't cheap, Holmes.
The avocado went up in price.
I guess he's not a patron, huh?
Hey, dude, that shit was fucking whack, dude. That shit's whack, dude.
Wow.
I can't
think-
fucking even do one shot.
I don't want to do one shot.
The most I've done straight is 10, but it was Don Julio, and it was on a cruise. Don Julio. But then again, it wasn't like a real shot. It was those little tiny plastic ones and shit. Yeah.
So you didn't get seasick?
No. And we're in the fucking Bermuda Triangle. I was like, this motherfucker gonna sink and shit. You know?
That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
You're lucky you didn't get abducted.
Oh,
Did you wake up with any tattoos on your head?
No.
A fucking scalp tattoo of Florencia, dick?
Fucking brats.
All in one line, dick?
Think he has a peace tree tattooed on the back of his head?
Like two hands, like
He has the red rag and the blue rag tied together.
I'm joking.
For those of you guys who don't know, Florence and Bratz are a football team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a nice kicker.
Yeah.
Got the record, like, what is 84 yards kick or something
Yeah.
like that? So, yeah.
The receivers put in work.
Yeah, big time.
4 touchdowns in one game.
Exactly.
No.
That was
Oh,
good
shit, dude. Hey, but the fucking picture of Van Damme in the Guayabera.
Oh,
That's
my
bad.
God.
Yeah,
You could,
and we will be posting that on La Clika's
That's going to be the shot.
IG.
That's gonna be the
shot.
55th fucking picture right
Yeah,
here, dude.
yeah, that
Yeah,
has to be
55th picture.
He's still wearing it.
For those of you that are wondering what the hell we're talking about, my dog Van Damme has a Guayabera on, and we took a picture of him a little while ago. Check out our IG, you'll see him.
Yeah.
So it's new, guys.
I want to get right into it. I want to
Oh,
get into
shit.
that question you said about the Beatles, because that we're gonna shots are gonna be fired right away. So let's
damn.
get started.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I fucked up Chris's day, dick.
You fucked my mind up with that shit, man. I mean, I was thinking
damn.
about that for 2 days.
Oh, damn.
So
You're
let's
talking
hear it.
about
Whoa.
you're talking about Fall McCartney. Is that who we're talking about?
False Paul.
Yeah, False Paul.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You see that video?
Yeah.
There's a documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that shit. I don't believe that shit.
That's just crazy though.
It will
huh?
make, it makes you think about it. But
It's
nah,
crazy
I
how
doubt
these
it.
conspiracy theorists take it to
Hey,
a
but
whole new
it is
level.
pretty fucking close.
Kind of like that. You seen that documentary, The Zeitgeist?
Which one?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
There's a bunch of them. There's a
The
bunch
one
of
that
shit.
focuses mostly around 9/11 and
Yeah,
stuff like
I
that.
seen that.
That shit
Yeah, I
was
seen that
good.
one.
Shit'll
I seen
fuck
that
you
That
up.
shit was good.
That fuck.
I seen the one. I seen the one about the fact.
I had to look up the fucking word when I was seeing that shit. Like, what the fuck? And that reminded me of the fucking Smashing Pumpkins. Didn't they have a fucking song called fucking Zeitgeist or some shit? too?
Some shit.
Some albums. Like, what the fuck? Why everybody calling it Zeitgeist? What the fuck does that have to do with 9/11?
You can look at that from 3 different ways, though.
Yeah.
From like a fan appreciation angle, or from a recording musician angle, or for their Satan worshiper angle.
You see, that's why I like him. He stays on topic.
Oh, okay.
We went off talking about 9/11. He's still talking about the fucking Beatles, dude. This is fucking great, dude.
What was the question, Chris?
Yeah, what the
You
fuck?
had the question, so you ask it.
I already forgot it, dick.
Oh,
I told you to write it down. He's like, it's in my head. It's in my head.
I was thinking one day, like, all right, I was watching some TV and I was just wondering, like, if it wasn't for, like, fucking people, big fans of, like, the Beatles, right? Being pressed against you. Actually, let me step back. When I was a kid, I was looking at my cousin's record collection. He had a Kiss album. And I fucking saw the pictures. I saw the posters. I saw it. And I'm like, fuck, these guys must be fucking down. Then I put it on. And the first time I heard Kiss, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It doesn't match the look.
The look.
Right? So I started wondering, like, if it wasn't for all this, like, advertising and all these fucking pictures of them, would you have listened to Kiss before? So and I put this question as, would you have heard the Beatles before if you didn't see them everywhere, blasted on TV, on fucking all kinds of media, billboards? Would you have found the Beatles on your own?
Well, the Beatles were like the Beatles were like the Backstreet Boys of the '60s. They were a boy band. They were a pop band. And no disrespect.
I don't know about that.
But
No, they were.
But what would you? Yeah, they were a pop band back then. But
They were called the Fab Four, Dick.
If it wasn't for all these fucking things, would you have been a fan of them?
I think I would. I think I still would have liked them.
Like if you,
Actually,
like if you just
when I first heard them, I didn't even know how they looked.
because how
I
much music have you heard that on your own? I'm just saying this years ago, not saying right now.
Yeah.
But how many things did you discover on yourself that you liked right away versus somebody telling you, hey, fucking check this shit out?
Damn, a lot. Dude, there's a lot. I can't even fucking begin to think how many fucking songs I just picked up the album just based on the cover sometimes, and I'll bring them home. This shit is fucking badass.
Yeah.
Just like that. But
When I asked Chris about like
damn.
the Beatles, he's all like, "Nah, I would have liked them," and he's like, "Fuck you, you fucked me up, dick."
Yeah, you totally fucked me up on that because I heard the Beatles through the 97.1 was our local radio station at Classic Rock back in the days.
Yeah.
And they had a program called Breakfast with the Beatles.
Oh, they still do.
Yeah, but it's on KRS now. It's on KRS.
It's on
KLOS?
KLOS, yeah.
It's on KLOS.
Sunday mornings.
But it originally aired on 97.1.
Yeah, you're right.
And the first song I heard was Norwegian Wood, and that fucking song blew me away. After I heard that song, I was a Beatles fan. Like true and true. And that was like the first actual music as a kid that I got into by myself.
Yeah.
Because I've talked about in my podcast in the podcast before about growing up with my sister listening to rap, my brother listening to punk rock, and that's how I got into music. But the Beatles was the first thing I got into by myself.
Yeah.
Now, what you're talking about is as popularity, like the hype versus the actual good songs that they produce. Mm-hmm. And the Beatles is a band that I think their popularity and their hype underwhelms their musicianship. I think you're right. People like Beatles because some people like the Beatles because you're supposed to.
How many fucking people are out there saying they love the Beatles, but they never really hear them?
That is true.
Mm-hmm. They just say it just to say it.
Yeah.
Because it's acceptable to like the Beatles. It's unacceptable not to.
I think they suck. Really. I think they really fucking suck. But I think they suck ass, dude. No, really, I think their music, like sonically, like their music sucks, dude. But when I went to music school, like recording engineering school, they invented like looping, recording on 1-inch, 2-inch. They came up with playing over loops. So they set the standard for a lot of shit.
They experimented a lot.
And then when they got into their LSD trip, their LSD thing, and then they started going into like
the Sgt. Pepper era.
Yeah, which led into their satanic shit with what's his name? Aleister McCrowley.
Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, like that was some demented shit. So I kind of like what they were doing with that. But like, if you would listen to it now, I mean, it's not very good. Like, I don't like it. I think it really sucks.
You know what song I like?
Mr. Crowley. That's him.
No, that's Ozzy. But okay, so I thought he was gonna. I thought he was gonna.
Aleister and Crowley,
or whatever his name is, dude. You know what I'm talking. The bald devil worshiper guy.
You know what? Like me personally with the Beatles,
he's on the album cover.
Yeah.
See, I don't like the fucking Beatles at all. I like hearing covers of them. Like Dad's a Punk covered one of our friends' band.
Come
Dad's
Together.
A Punk. Yeah, they covered "Come Together," and I thought that was one of their songs. And I like the way they sang it better than the original one, dude. Because I don't know, I don't smoke weed, dick. I don't know why I don't like them.
Their bass lines were sick though.
Yeah.
The bass lines were intense.
You know why the bass lines were so sick? Because that was the last thing they recorded was the bass. So he had a chance to.
Paul McCartney was last.
Yeah, Paul McCartney was last, and he did that to think about it. He had all that time to think about what kind of bass line he was going to put on there, versus the drums and the bass being recorded first.
Did he do downbeats?
Yeah.
That there's a study with downbeats that's what hooks you into a song. The downbeat part.
Yeah, the downbeat.
Yeah.
So fuck the Beatles, dick.
Fuck them.
Nah, I mean,
I like the Beatles. Fuck it. I like
they just released re-released Abbey Road, which is my favorite album.
But the only thing I think about the Beatles, like, it's the reason people like them is because they're thrown in your fucking face so much.
They make you like them.
They make them. I liked them because my uncle used to play for me when I was a kid. That's how I
Yeah.
got into them. And then I realized a lot of songs that I didn't know them. It was them. Later on, I'm like, oh shit, that was the Beatles.
Yeah.
Because I liked them, but I didn't know who. So in your question, it kind of makes sense. I liked them without even knowing it was them. You know what I mean? So they could have been the fucking Rolling Stones. It could have been fucking something else.
Like a lot of the Beatles were pushed onto people,
Yeah.
And people just want to say they fucking like them, and like I know people. There's legit people who love them, and then there's the people who are like they can't even name one fucking song.
Like,
Yeah,
what do you
name
mean
5
you don't
songs.
like the
Like
Beatles
him.
like that?
Name 5 songs. Love Me
Like
Do.
I can't.
Fucking Beatles come to America.
But I'm
They shake their head like that when they.
they had that one song called. They had that song "Born in East LA," right?
No, that was Cheech Marin.
He wasn't a Beatle.
No, he was a burrito.
Burrito.
No, he came in a Beetle. He drove a Beetle.
He was conceived in the Beatle.
Oh shit! I know people that were conceived in Beatles. Shit.
Hey, I remember when Chris had his bug. Fucking. How many heads did we fit in that shit? Like 13 at one time.
God damn.
About 12 heads.
Dude, we're going out to Montebello Mall, and that shit gave up. We had to get out and push.
Who was in the trunk? I know somebody was in.
No, it was okay. You know that place where they put the speakers in the back? We had 2 fools back there.
Always do.
Terry, Fabian, Enrique, Carlos was driving. You, me.
No, Enrique wasn't there as uni.
No, Enrique was there.
Enrique
Who was grabbing?
Yeah, it was Fabian, Terry, and Enrique that were in the back, and then somebody had laid. I was in the back seat. There was 4 of us in the back seat, and one person laid across. And he had one person fucking straddling where the shifter's at.
Hey, so who
And I was
grabbed?
riding shotgun. Yeah,
So who was the one that grabbed that guy? Who was the one that grabbed that guy's balls?
that was Carlos.
Hey,
He was shifting like this. Dude.
I remember that.
His elbow was hitting the windshield, dude.
Hey, we almost died in the Beetle.
oh God!
Crazy.
Me and Rick almost died in my bug.
Shit.
So that's what
No
we
shit,
think about the Beatles. They're not for Mexicans.
Ball grabbers.
Mexican people don't like the Beatles.
Los qué? Los Beatles?
The first Beatles song I ever heard was "Don't Let Me Down,"
Yeah.
only because I want to say I was in the 5th or 6th grade, and there was a new kid that came from Chicago, moved down here to LA, and he was in one of my classes, and he's a fucking kid. We were like 10 or 11, and this fucker was a Beatles fucking junkie. You know, so I befriended him, and he was hanging out at his pad, and he goes, "Hey man, listen to this," basically, and he fucking threw it on there. And his dad pushed it on him. His dad is old school. You know, you can tell he was a hippie back in the day. Pushed it on him, and that's how I got introduced to the Beatles. And ever since then, I'm like, fuck. You know, I was blown
Was the
away.
name Pee Wee by any chance?
No, his name was Isaac. Shout out to Isaac
Hey.
from fucking Chicago.
That's my
There's another
son's
dude I knew
name.
from Chicago, but he introduced me to. Oh fuck! I always forget the name of that band. It's the gay anthem, dude.
The
Queen.
YMCA fucking.
Queen?
no, fucking
Queen and shit? Or
The gay
the
anthem.
gay anthem?
Yeah, it's
What
like
the fuck?
What are you listening to, dude?
The Village People?
YMCA?
He goes, "You ever heard this fucking song?" It was
Judas Priest?
no, it was an early '90s fucking song, dude. It came out on
Right Said Fred.
No, I'll come back to it right now. I'll come back to it right now.
I'm so sexy.
Why do you listen to that in the first place?
No, he goes, "Hey, you ever heard this song?"
No,
But now I get what.
not even the dog was like, nah, dog.
But now I understand the eye contact.
That was a fucking.
That was weird because you looked right at me. When
Okay.
And we now go back to Ollie with the Blackie weather report. How's the weather out there, Ollie? I go away.
I think the greatest gift
Was that a
that I ever
helicopter?
gotten when I was a kid. The greatest gift I ever gotten.
with the hand job.
No. That came.
That was
That
eye
came.
contact. Dude.
That came later.
That's a gay ass contact right there.
So I was in my English class in junior high, and I was just humming a Beatles song, and the teacher walked by. She was like, "You like the Beatles?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like the Beatles." And then I think 2 weeks later, she gave me a copy of a recording on one of those recordable tapes. One side was Abbey Road, the other side was Sgt. Pepper, and she gave me a copy of the Basketball Diaries by Jim Carroll. That
I remember the song now, Dick.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
Don't look at me when you say it.
It was
Look at him.
it was Groovin' the Heart by D-Light, dude.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds cool, dude.
That passes.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
cool
but somebody
song.
told me it was the gay anthem.
Nah. I think that guy was gay. And that was his anthem.
You know,
But dude, this guy goes, "Hey, want to go to my house and listen to music?"
No.
But
you know who produced that album, right?
the guy.
Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
No shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That DJ that was in the video, like he recently passed away a couple years
No
ago.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
She was with the chick.
there was a
They were-
guy too.
I know, but that guy, the DJ, they were together.
So they had a threesome.
They were
There was a
married.
threesome then. Somebody got with who? What?
No, the DJ and the singer they were married.
Oh, I heard something else.
But just to finish my story, I did not get raped. On to you, Chris.
because you're willing. You can't rape the willing.
I didn't like his haircut, dude. I didn't like his haircut, man. He
Jesus.
had curly hair with a fucking shaved side, dude. One side.
Wow.
That's fucking funny, dude. That was a badass song, though. I liked it.
That was
That's a good
song.
groove to it.
Hell yeah.
That's what you're saying about when you're saying about the bass line. That's the
Oh,
bass
yeah.
line that fucking always comes to mind, dude.
Because that was Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a dope song.
Yeah, it was, dude.
Because that was the daisy age with hip hop,
Yeah.
like
And
J
Q-Tip.
Law and
Well,
Soul.
Q-Tip appeared in that song.
I think he
What?
Yeah,
produced it.
From
Yeah.
from Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays a rap part. The breakdown.
Fuck.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, the rap part.
So now every time you hear that song, you make eye contact with somebody.
Oh yeah. You want
A little subtle wink.
You want to listen to a song?
You want to come to my house and listen to music? The dog is like, yeah.
I got that tape single.
I got pizza. I got a guayabera too.
Fuck. That shit was too funny.
So what was Chris saying?
I don't even fucking remember.
I got introduced to the Beatles from my dad. No joke.
Oh, the fucking Beatles.
My dad, yeah. My dad introduced me to the Beatles when I
No
was a
shit,
kid.
dude.
Yeah, he used to play them a lot. So that's why I got into them.
They
Yeah.
look weird, man.
Dude, my dad played all kinds of shit.
Their fucking hair, dude.
Yeah.
That shit didn't look cool, dog.
They went through phases, though. They went through
a lot,
phases.
dude.
All their faces did look weird, man. They didn't look like
Fucking
regular.
the bow cut, and the
Come
long
on, the
cut
shit
and
they
the
wear. You
beard.
can't wear that shit going to the liquor store to buy some chips. Like, how can you wear some shit like that?
Dude, I always thought Ringo was wearing a hat.
It was just
Serious shit, dude. I always thought he was wearing like a beanie or something on his fucking hair, dude.
The bow cut, whatever the fuck that was.
They weren't cool. Tell me they weren't cool.
Back then. Nah, not that
Okay.
hair too, man. Not that hair. But that was all fucking Eckstein's fucking idea, wasn't it?
I would see like
They were
LL
like that?
Cool
Yeah.
J, and I would see like, you know, like Run DMC, and then the Beatles. Like, fuck these fools, dude. I don't want to see these fools.
But if you would see them and you'd be like, hey, this is the next fucking big band, would you have believed it?
No.
Nah.
Okay, let me
But
ask
they
you.
didn't dress like that back
Okay,
then.
I got a
they were
question.
straight rock, motherfucker. They wore leather shit when they first started.
Yeah, they were
used to
really
wear straight
rockabilly.
leather.
Yeah.
Rockabilly.
It's their manager that made them wear the suits. And
Were they
matching
were they
costumes.
like the first pop band?
No, they weren't the first
Nah.
pop band. Those pop bands. They've been pop bands since the 1800s. I mean, but they were.
Name one, Dick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, give us an 1800s pop band.
Sir Lancelot. This shit.
Fucking King Arthur's fucking court.
Hey, Dick. The Gimlets, Dick.
Okay.
The Gimlet 4.
Anyway. Yeah.
So, the Justin is band are
And
here.
who was the first pop band, Dick? Honestly,
I don't know.
I can't. Google, Dick.
The pop of,
I think.
that's subjective.
I'm gonna take a shot out there. The Partridge Family.
Okay. Now I want to ask you a question,
Oh shit.
a serious question.
Oh fuck.
Okay, let's get
I need
this,
a beer. For
Let's
this.
get this
Hold on.
bullshit guy out of the way.
Hold on, I need a beer
Okay.
for that type of shit.
Do you think the Beatles would have changed and evolved the way they did if it wasn't for the Beach Boys?
No, because they had
Because Paul McCartney wrote Sgt. Pepper to one up Pet Sounds.
yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That's a given. That's
So
a given.
if Brian Wilson never did Pet Sounds, would the Beatles be pushed to evolve the way they did?
no, because that's another one. What's his name? Fucking you shot a fucking drew a blank. But that fucking fool that played the sitar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ravi Shankar. That fool changed him.
Nora Jones. That's Nora Jones' dad.
but
dude.
Ravi Shankar is the one that changed him, I believe. He's the one that introduced him to some shit that, like, you know, they traveled and they met him, and he's the one that said, yo, you know, he had the fucking guitar. He got him all spiritual and shit.
Yeah, he changed George Harrison more than any of us.
Of course, but I think they all changed, but he took it to the furthest level. You know, he's the one that said, fuck it. That kind of made him go on his own.
I just think
He
that
got him high.
Yeah.
I think that connection with the Beach Boys and the rivalry they had before they had the rivalry with the Rolling Stones, I think that upped the game.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you just listen to like the first Beatles record, like was it Meet the Beatles?
Mm-hmm.
And then you listen to Abbey Road, which was the last recorded record, not the last album they put out, but it's the last recorded record, and that's a fucking night and day difference.
Oh yeah. Well, the times were different. The music was different.
But the way they evolved, I mean, they went out of their comfort zone and experimented with something completely different. It started with Revolver, and then it ended up with fucking Abbey Road.
But George Harrison was Revolver.
It's like
I think that's with all musicians.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
I think that's with all musicians because, you know, look at. Okay, I'll throw a band out there like Depeche Mode. Okay, look how they look what they sounded like, what they looked like when they first started in the early '80s. They had a very teeny bopper, you know, total digital computerized synthesized sound. And as they got older and went through shit, particularly in their personal lives and shit like that, well, that's what they drew from. And then you have an album like Violator, Songs of Faith and Devotion, and then it just got better and better and darker and darker.
Like Playing the Angel and shit.
And you can tell like they transitioned from the whole synthesizer. They still kept it, but like now Martin Gore, you always see him with a guitar in his hand, whereas before he was behind a keyboard the entire time. You know, Songs of Faith and Devotion, they came out with the drums, with an actual drum set that Alan Wilder would play. And they played it, you know, they used it throughout the devotional tour. And then that kind of just developed and it stayed. And, you know, it's been like a staple of their sound now to have like all these instruments on stage with them now as opposed to just the keyboards. You know, I also want to talk about like Social D and bands like Social D and bands like Megadeth. Particularly why those two is because, okay, you got Mike Ness, who's the sole... you know, face of Social D. You got Dave Mustaine, who's the sole face of Megadeth, and Dave Ellefson, the bass player. And very few bands can go through as many changes in lineup and then changes in style of music and whatever, composition and whatnot, and get to a point where they have a certain group of people in the band, and then you can again say, that's Megadeth.
Yeah.
Even though they've transitioned, you know, from musicians, right? Like Social D. I mean, I don't know if I'm talking out of my ass. Comment on IG and talk, you know, Joel talk shit. But like
at Mainliner Band.
Yeah. You think about Social D. Well, who do you think about when you think about Social D? You think about Mike Ness, Dennis Donnell, Johnny Marr, and Chris Reese, right?
Yeah.
That's who you think about when you think about Social D. Mike's gone through a lot of lineup changes ever since.
But that's like the golden lineup right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then now it's Mike Ness, Johnny Two Bags, Brett Harding, and
Greg Hidalgo.
Dave Hidalgo.
Dave Hidalgo.
And once again, you can say that's fucking Social D.
But you know why though? I mean, it's because you named Mike Ness and Dave Mustaine. Now with those guys, they're the chief songwriters of the band.
Oh.
So the musicians they play the music and they add their own little flavor, because you could listen to Killing Is My Business and then you could listen to Rust in Peace and you could see like the elevated, you know, the more polished, but it still sounds like Megadeth because those musicians that they have, you know, shined up the music.
And then if you think about it,
but they didn't write the songs.
When you think about Megadeth, you think about Dave Mustaine, Marty Friedman, Nick Menza, and Dave Ellefson.
So what you're saying is, if Kurt Cobain was still alive, you'll be playing the kazoo.
No, what's that? The ukulele.
the jittery.
No, but you know what? With Megadeth, Dave Mustaine, Symphony of Destruction, that dun, 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 right? So the loop, Beatles came up with the loop. Would there be hip hop without the invention of the loop?
You're right. They did loop it. They were one of the first to sample,
and they were the first. They're the first rock band to use a Moog synthesizer.
The Moog, yeah.
Huh.
So like with the Symphony of Destruction, that's my favorite jam. That's my fucking cut. But it's when you hear that song title, what do you hear? You hear that dun, 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 and then that monotone voice, right?
You take a mortal man.
That's the shit, right? But that it was just one loop. It was like, did he play it in the studio like that, or did they loop it like that and then put all their shit on top of it?
Yeah, I think it's a loop because it just
sounded
sounds
like
perfect.
It sounds perfect.
And then you have a deadline.
You have
deadline.
Marty
to meet.
Freeman and
Hey,
you have
let's get
Dave
this
Mustaine
album
playing
going.
guitar.
Yeah,
You know?
Those guys are probably they're 2%ers, dude. They're 2%ers. They're top fucking 2% of the fucking guitar players, dude.
Yeah.
and then that portion before that song, like it sounds like
A symphony.
a symphony. Like
Yeah.
I don't know where, but they
That's where
sample.
when that's how the orchestra tunes up.
they sampled it.
Yeah, and then they sampled that.
They sampled it.
Yeah.
Beatles came up with samples because the Nazis, they had the multi-track recording. Beatles had a hold of it. So like they introduced a lot of shit to the industry that whether you like their music or you don't, their techniques spawned so much.
Yeah,
Okay,
on Revolver,
okay,
that was the first time they used sampling.
But check it out. I'm even gonna fuck everybody up, dude. And everybody's gonna fucking hate me for this one. But
Everybody's a hater for saying that fucking Hitler was the first loop master.
He was. He came up.
was.
He came up with the
Yeah.
multi-track
Hey, he
because
did.
they were spying on people.
Yep.
Speaking of Nazis, ich bin Mutter von dieser Scheiße.
Volkswagen.
Schneeberg.
keine einer.
Break out the Schneeberg.
Okay, so I don't think if it the most looped song on the Beatles catalog is Revolution Number 9. That's on the White Album, and that was heavily influenced by Yoko Ono.
Oh God.
That's a chat.
Fuck, did you see that video of Yoko Ono the other day, Dick? Holy shit, that was fucking... That's what my vowels sound like, Dick.
What happened? What was
I'll show you afterwards, but guys, look it up. Yoko Ono's last performance, dude.
Oh, I heard about that on.
I posted it on my Facebook.
KPR.
Holy shit, dude, that's horrible.
What's her trip, dude?
It's an out-of-tune sax and a very out-of-tune Yoko, dude.
Wow.
But I'll tell you one thing. She's a bad fucking artist, dude. She's
Why?
a badass artist.
Why?
Dude. She's a bad painter.
Fuck her.
She's
She
a
broke
Okay,
the Beatles up.
let me ask you a question. Would she be bad if she wasn't married to John Lennon?
She was bad before John Lennon, dude.
How do you know?
Just look at? She has a bunch of books.
He
out,
was
dude.
there, dude.
There's,
He's old as fuck.
He gave peace a chance with her.
She sucks, bro.
yeah, as an artist.
But she's very avant-garde. But
It's been a hard
why-
day's night, and I've been working like a dog. So,
But why do you like?
Just let it be, man. Just let it be. Just let it be.
But why do you like her stuff?
I think she's original. I mean, she was original for what she did. You know, her installations, her fucking artwork. She's bad, dude.
It's very hard to listen to, though.
No, not the music. I'm talking about her art.
Like her
her
paintings.
Oh, we're
and
talking about
shit.
we're a music podcast.
I understand that.
What kind of brush did she use, Chris?
I don't
Camel
What kind
hair
of media?
from her camel toe.
Hey, she inspired that song. Let me clear my throat, though.
Sorry, man.
That's what
There's
she
a
sounds
lady
like.
present. Sorry.
But to go back to what we were talking about,
Yeah.
the transition, you know,
The transition.
yeah, the transition. What makes them evolved? You know, what makes these bands evolve? What makes them change their style? For like the Beatles, I mean, if you think about it, like the whole suit and fucking bowl haircut.
That's a financial risk, though, because you could lose a lot of fucking core fans there. And they
But you know what?
They did
probably
steal
did.
a lot
They
of black music. Though.
Once,
Yeah, they
yeah.
did.
Oh, totally.
A lot of
And
it.
once
And it was the label.
And once they became complete, I think, you know, once they became like, oh, fuck, I don't know, self-aware, you know, unattached to the business, so to speak. Fucking hippie, long ass fucking hair, flower power, all that shit.
When
and
they
then
got experimental.
and then they started writing fucking crazy ass shit.
But I think what
You know?
what did that was when that reporter misquoted John Lennon about him saying that they're bigger than Jesus.
Yeah.
No, he said it.
He said it. He said it.
What did he say? What was the quote?
He said that
We're bigger than Jesus.
We're bigger than
Or did he say Jeezy?
Okay.
Or Yeezy?
I think he said Jesus was big.
Okay. So I'm just paraphrasing, and they was just talking about the kids in pop culture, and he said that the Beatles were more popular than
That
Jesus.
shit almost came out. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. It almost came out of my. It would have been all over the mic, dude. Not my first night, dude. I can't. Sorry.
Oh man,
Hey.
So after that,
that shit would have sprayed me, bro. That would have come all over me.
The dog was like, "Not me, fool. Come on."
These are
I got
not
my guayabera on.
these are not pop filters. They're fucking snot filters, Nick. We got snot filters. You're good, man.
Sorry, Chris.
all I gotta say is you got to owe the Beatles' success to False Paul.
Yeah.
To False
Yeah.
no, okay. What I was getting at,
We're taking his shoes off.
Paul. Yeah.
All right, Chris had a point.
I have a point. So after that, they just dropped out. Everybody hated them. People were boycotting them. They were getting death threats and that. And I think that, they lost a lot of popularity there. So they had more freedom to do whatever the fuck they want musically, and that's how they evolved.
And they broke away from the label.
When they broke away from all the bullshit, saying, like we could do whatever we want now.
Started Apple Records.
And I think there's a handful of artists that have done that. Like Radiohead's done that. They went from Pablo Honey to Kid A.
Yeah.
Which is like a complete departure.
Yeah.
And
And you can tell too.
You can tell
the difference.
because if you listen to like going back to what you said
electronics.
what you said about Depeche Mode, that I don't see that as a drastic change like the Sgt. Pepper to the fucking Meet the Beatles thing. I figure that it's like they're getting better as musicians. They're evolving. Their songwriting's getting better. They're going through more life experiences and stuff like that. Where the Beatles were just like they just flipped the switch and they turned on the colors.
They're almost like the first Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Because if you guys are watching, I'm hooked on the new
The Hulu show?
The Hulu show. Yeah. It's insane. And I mean, I followed them when they first started, but like how the label made RZA do all these things, and he was like, man, this isn't even me, dude. This like maybe that's how they had them because they were kids just coming out. And they're like, do this, do that, do that. But they weren't feeling that, so they fulfilled their contract, and they're like, all right, this is us. And then they started coming out with the LSD shit, and then they tapped into like some devil shit. Like
Red Rum.
they just started evolving as artists, or maybe that was the artists that were always them.
They had a very groundbreaking record deal. They had a record deal where they could all make solo records on other labels. That was unheard
Like Wu-Tang.
Like Wu-Tang.
No, that's what
Wu-Tang.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Wu-Tang.
Oh.
And that was RZA. I haven't seen the show yet, but that was RZA's genius because he wanted to spread Wu-Tang all over. So everybody broke off and made their solo albums on different record
They
labels.
got paid off the Wu-Tang logo.
Paid off the Wu-Tang logo.
But they actually said that they signed as solo artists in the beginning.
Under Wu-Tang
Under
umbrella.
Wu-Tang umbrella.
Yeah.
So they
all-
got paid twice.
Yeah, so they were after they actually had a deal with after they finished their album, they were all gonna do their own shit, and they did. They did all their, and then they came back together.
Yeah.
and they did the two.
And now, I heard that. What is that?
It's my cable.
Somebody getting a phone call?
No, it's a cable.
It's fucking Joel.
No, somebody's getting a phone call.
It's Joel surfing the web.
No, not me. I'm not surfing.
I'm on the web, but not making that noise.
I'm not surfing the web.
Okay, why don't we?
Well, let me ask you guys
I'm
something.
watching porn. Does that count?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Midget porn causes all kinds of problems
It does. Let me turn that
for
off.
your heart and soul. let me ask you guys something though. Based on that, do you guys prefer bands when they first come out or when they're a little bit more refined down the road?
wow.
That's
a hard one.
That's
to
a
be- that's a
case
shot.
by case basis, dude.
But I mean, overall, like fucking Wu-Tang first came out. Do you prefer them raw like that, or do you prefer them refined and fucking
Well, let's talk about suicidal tendencies. Let's talk about suicidal
Whoa,
tendencies.
let's go back to Wu-Tang first.
Let's
Hold
go.
on, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Got the hip hop side on this side.
No, I'm saying because he brought it up. I don't want to not because of the hip hop thing. I was just saying let's try to keep it.
Because I like it when they're more raw
Yeah.
and unrefined.
Yeah.
I like that shit. It's like when they start fucking learning their instruments, they start having more time because now they have time and money to fucking learn their craft more.
Yeah.
I prefer the raw shit versus the refined stuff.
I like the raw shit.
Because like we're talking about
They
Portishead.
were
We're talking
hungry.
about Portishead the other day. You know, fucking like he doesn't like the new album. I love the new album.
The
but
third sucks, dude.
I love that album.
That was badass.
It's fucking badass, but it's not. It can't relate to the original shit.
Oh no, you're never gonna compare the
Yeah.
new shit to the old stuff.
But like I always find myself loving the older
Yeah.
first, not like the demos, but like
Yeah.
the first album that they get produced.
yeah.
Dummy was good, but the self-titled album was better, I think.
Yeah,
The second
I agree with you. Finally,
Yeah.
Damn.
I know I never agree with them, but I finally agree with them there.
Mic drop.
I like people like I don't like people who everybody else likes. There's
Yeah.
some shit on that I heard the other day. I think it's called Busca Bula, and it was like some funky punk rock shit that sounds raw and ugly and just like it's the spirit. It's
Yeah.
not even the music. It can be punk rock or hardcore hip hop with me. It's just that ugly spirit, and I heard it on KCRW, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
You like
is
the
this?
rawness of it.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
raw, ugly shit. It's not polished.
Yeah.
It sounded
Yeah.
like they recorded in their fucking living room.
Love that shit.
And
It's like
it-
motherfuckers missing a string on his guitar
Yes.
and shit, Nick.
but it was rocking, dude. And I
Yeah.
was like, and it had like a heavy bass line, but it was like some funk, and then it turned into punk rock. And I like just the not giving a fuck aspect.
Yeah.
Where they don't have to follow the cookie cutter
Yeah.
of a label.
Temples. The templates.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they just
templates.
come out. It was just some shit that they just
Yeah, 'cause
felt.
there's a lot of music out there that I think sounds better unrefined.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
You
The
know?
shit
Fuck
is somebody's living room and shit
I love
is
that
somebody's like studio.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like some of the hardcore stuff I love. I love the unrefined fucking stuff they recorded in their fucking garage versus
Yeah.
the in studio, take their fucking time, loop it, fucking, hey, that doesn't sound right, Chad. Just fucking fix it, you know?
Dirty
I don't know. That's me.
But the way recording programs are now and the way the software is now, they could get that studio quality sound in their fucking garage, in their backyard, because I mean the programs are so good, the plugins are so good, the
Yeah.
effects are so good. They
Well,
could just-
sometimes like
That fucks
sometimes
it
the
up, though.
background noise adds
the
to the
best,
fucking
yeah.
to the music, dude.
The griminess.
yeah,
the
sometimes when it's
dirtiness.
too clean, it's like
I think
man.
it captures the moment in time better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you listen
Someti-
if you listen to Bad Brains Black Dots album, it was
Mm-hmm.
recorded in a squat
yeah,
versus like Green Day's fucking
the
American
Dookie.
Idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where they actually had a budget.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
But
sometimes the music is enough.
Yeah. When you have too
You
many
know-
plugins and add all the effects, it's tough.
Or what about
sometimes,
fucking
man. I
Sid
like the rock.
Vicious? Just some trash, like fucking gutter punk shit. And it's just ugly, nasty music. Like, fuck, this shit rocks.
Yeah, and sometimes
love
it's
that
just
shit.
enough, and sometimes the polish of Pro Tools
Yeah.
Yeah, I like-
or a fucking $100 million studio just takes away that magic.
Well, I've been into studios where, I mean, this shit is amazing, but when you hear the shit coming out of that, man, it's like,
Like,
God.
you,
Well, now
damn.
you pay for this?
Yeah.
Well, now you have
God
fucking
damn.
plugins to give you that garage effect,
Yes,
dude.
I know. Yeah, and you could tell.
It's called dithering, where they add the shit like.
Like Nirvana has always complained about that Nevermind was too polished.
Yeah,
It was too produced. So when they went to what's his name, Steve Albini,
brought back that sound.
was Steve Albini. He recorded in Utero, and that was more back to the garage.
But even Incesticide sounded very garage.
Well, the Incesticide sounded garage because it was a compilation tape of all the old recordings. They didn't do anything to them. They mastered them a little, but it was early works pre Nevermind.
You're talking about before Bleach?
Yeah,
Before Bleach?
before
Okay.
Bleach. Oh, look around the Bleach era.
Hey, do you think if Kurt Cobain was still around, that he'll still be putting out good music?
I don't think he would be putting out music at
I
all.
think he would have retired.
I'd be
already. He
producing.
would have said, fuck it. He,
I
he
think-
was
You
already
think he'll
sick
still
of
be
the music.
touring?
No, I
I
think he
s-
was already tired of it.
I say that even if Kurt Cobain lived, In Utero would have still been their last album
Why?
because he lost the taste of it. He said it himself. He didn't want to do it anymore.
Did he lose the taste because of Fuckface or what's her name?
Courtney Love,
Courtney Love?
probably.
She was
If she wasn't in the picture, think he'll still be around?
I think so.
Because
He didn't like
she
his-
wouldn't be there to murder him.
Yeah, she wouldn't be there exactly.
yeah, she murdered him. She was a Yoko.
He didn't even
fucking
like his own
Nirvana.
music.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't like the popularity. I think he liked playing music, but not the popularity of it.
He just wanted to put. Did you see the documentary about him?
Yeah, I've
Very
seen like 3
interesting.
different ones, dude. Yeah, it's fucking.
He hated the limelight.
He hated himself.
He hated himself.
Well, he
hated
made that
being
song,
out
"I Hate
there.
Myself and Want to Die."
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
he hated all that shit. I get him.
He used to like trash talk the audience, dude, just
Yes.
because like, why are you guys here, dude?
Yeah.
So he
I think that
put out music but didn't want attention.
Yeah, that's definitely man.
I think what it was
The
is what
garage.
they blew up so fast that they didn't have time to process the fame, the stardom. They said that when Nevermind came out, it came out okay, and they went on a European tour, and when they came back down, they were like the Beatles.
Shit.
You know, they blew up overseas in America when they were blowing up in America, and they didn't even fucking know. And when they came back down to America, Kurt Cobain says that we were like the Beatles.
So I think fucking fame fucks up a lot of music,
I think it does. A lot.
not just
of
the music, but the musicians.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but you got to think it does happen though, man. You know,
'Cause look,
there's
every-
normal
every-
people that just
Yep.
all of a sudden they get all this attention, they get all this money.
You can't get away from that, especially
You can't-
nowadays. Like everybody wants to like, fucking
Yeah.
take a picture with you and shit.
Yeah, and you know you're used to fucking. You can't even go out anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Look
that
at
will
Biggie.
suck. That's a curse.
Look at Biggie.
Yeah.
He was straight up like from the hood
Yeah.
and went to like, you know, like
he-
that's a lot to process,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes,
when you
man.
went from 0 to 1 million,
Like,
and you went from
months.
nobody to a household
Yep.
name.
in
Well, can you
months,
imagine
in
now?
days, man.
Damn.
Can you imagine now with fucking everybody fucking with the cell phones and all that shit, dude? Can you imagine how they would be if they were around for fucking the cell phones and stuff? Dude?
Oh man, it wouldn't have been the same.
I mean,
wouldn't have been the same.
look at Fat Joe.
Oh man,
shit.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I'm looking at Skinny Joe, dude.
I really don't want to look at him. He's kind of
With or without a shirt, dude.
no, but like there's a lot of those Instagram people, like that guy Bunk or whatever. I seen a video of him. He was like, "Hey man, you know all that shit I used to do to get famous, like that shit fucked me up. I'm not really like that. I
Yeah.
did that. Like that shit fucks with that person's
does.
head. And like that guy was suicidal. He got like, you know, he did a lot of shit for like fame, like the Johnny Knox. Oh, what was that? You know the guys that used
Steve-O?
to, yeah, those
Yeah.
guys. Like, look at there was a lot.
Well, just being on the Clika now, just prepare for that fame, right, dude?
I might shoot myself.
You might get recognized at a swap meet or two.
I'll autograph your Guayabera. I'll autograph
get-
your
You'll
dog.
Get, you'll get recognized standing in line at Amapola, bro.
You can't go to Dearden's anymore.
or Super A.
You can't go to Buena Bonita y Cheap.
You can't go to Bluebird, bro.
Can't go to
no
Can't buy
swap
your-
meet.
And you can't go to fucking Fallas Paredes.
That's where I buy all my songs.
It's like I know.
You can't go to fucking Tianguis anymore.
Oh, wait till we get your own Yoko here, dude.
Or Fallas.
But like I don't know if you guys dealt with it, but somebody like I talked to somebody who listened to the podcast, and that feels fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, I feel
like I
like-
heard you, like, oh shit, what the
that's
fuck did I
weird.
say, dude?
Yeah.
It's a weird fucking feeling. Like
Yeah,
I got
it is
recognized one fucking time. Like, hey, you're that dude. Like,
Where's your dog?
Where's your dog?
they're asking about Chris's hat.
What the
shit.
Talking
Yeah,
about
dude.
Chris, just his hat, dig. How's his
what?
hat doing?
Like, what's up with that motherfucker's hat? Dude, he has to wear that shit all the time. Oh, he's bald.
Daffy
that's
Duck's
why.
bill.
Shit.
And the uncomfortable silences.
Back to the porn.
But that Instagram thing you're talking about, man, it's so fucking true. And I
It's a
thought about
trip.
this the other day. Is that there's no artist anymore that actually. Well, there's nobody that appreciates an artist because now
They're all haters.
everybody's an artist.
Everybody's a producer.
So therefore, before you looked up to somebody because you weren't like that. You know, you didn't get that attention. Now you get the attention on Instagram. So therefore, you don't actually look up to anybody anymore.
Okay, so
Because you're almost on their shoes, their level. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't have
it's a fairy tale, Keen. It's a fairy tale.
no, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like before, when you looked at an artist, you know, somebody you admire, you know, wow, that motherfucker, because you couldn't really be there with him. You didn't know much about that person. Now you know everything about him, and you're almost on his level because you can make music too, and you're up there with him. So you don't even admire him anymore.
but it's not the same kind of music. It's like saying, well, look, Quincy Jones is a fucking producer.
Yes, but if
You know,
if Quincy
Jimmy
Jones
Iovine was a producer.
Okay, but if Quincy Jones was alive right now, and let's say
He
he's
is
like 30.
alive.
You see, I'm sorry. Around. I'm sorry.
Stop killing the producers, dude.
He's still around.
I'm sorry. If he was around right now, as far as like making music, starting out right
Tag
now.
me in that.
Say he's 30 years old and he's fucking making hits.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be what he is now.
Bullshit, he wouldn't be what he
Why?
is now.
Because there's so many of him right now.
No, there's
What,
only
fucking
one.
piano prodigies? Yeah, there's so many of those,
but
right?
Think about it. Everybody's a producer now.
Nobody's a fucking
rapper.
rapper.
It's Quincy
Everybody's
Jones.
making
Fucking
fucking
point. That's
if
my
he was 30 right now, say he's 25 right now as we speak. Just go back. I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about the whole time shit. But say right now he's 25. Mm-hmm. He would not.
25.
He wouldn't be known. He wouldn't be looked at as much as he was back then.
He was bringing out Miles Davis when he was 25.
No, but I'm talking about now.
Yeah,
like
but
now.
I get what you're saying. If
The
he
last
was,
artist he brought out was Dr.
I'm
Dre.
talking about if he was born in the 70s or say the 80s and he was like around right now.
Oh, right now.
if he was
yeah.
our age right now,
Yes.
and with this social media, he would just blend in with everybody
Yes.
else. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
No,
That's that. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just say something. Fucking Quincy Jones is a producer. Jimmy Iovine's a producer.
Is he?
Giles Martin is a producer. Okay?
Rick
Fucking-
Correll is a producer, Dick.
Okay, but no. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck the
Fucking
Beatles.
Big Boss 65 at Instagram, he's not a fucking producer.
I don't know that.
I don't think these fucking people that call themselves producers know the definition of the word producer.
They're beat makers.
If you guys are tired of producers all up in the video, all up on the record, come to La Clika.
That's right, goddamn.
All up in the you ain't got love for La Clika. Let it be known.
Cheers.
Sorry, I had to do it. I'm saying, do you even know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
hell yeah.
But what's the
No,
definition
he's got a
of
point though. He's got a point.
What's the definition of producer? Because technically, I'm producing this podcast. Am I a fucking producer, Dick?
yes.
Yeah.
So by title, yeah.
But if you're making beats, that's not producing shit.
I think
You
everybody
produce
knows.
an
I produce
artist.
shit while taking a shit.
No. But you're a different kind of producer, right? You're a producer of this podcast.
he puts
You're
this
not
together.
a fucking music producer. That's a difference.
So is it producing music or you're manipulating social media?
Producer puts people together. Producer picks the songs. Producer doesn't write the fucking songs.
He pays for everything.
Yeah,
He-
he does it.
he-
He pushes buttons and
he's the guy-
He tells people what to do.
He's the devil's advocate.
Yes.
That's
DJ
what he is.
Khalid.
Yeah.
Another one.
You're just waiting to bring that one out.
Yeah, I was just waiting to figure that one out, dude.
Stand up.
So you're a producer,
No, I'm not a producer.
executive producer.
His
I'm just-
hat is a producer.
My hat's the producer.
But a producer doesn't even need to know any instruments. He just
He
knows how
doesn't.
to
He
know-
But he has the ear.
Yep.
He knows the people,
Yes.
and he has the connections, and
Exactly.
puts them together,
Yeah.
and then he puts the product
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Like
He just
Dr.
puts
Dre-
A and B together, C money.
Yeah, like
He's
Dr.
the
Dre
fucking
at
war
this-
general.
Like Dr. Dre at this moment, he doesn't even have to touch anything. He just knows exactly who to pick.
You don't have
and
to.
he makes fucking hits without even touching the instruments anymore.
Because he recognizes
Yeah.
the scene around him, and he has the means to put them together and the means to have it heard.
He's the lard and masa, Dick.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if you just bought a fucking Mac computer or a fucking beat machine, don't call yourself a producer because you
Everybody,
fucking ain't.
I think everybody knows that one already. I think
No, nobody knows that one because you
a
see
lot
it,
of people know it already.
You see it all in their fucking thing. Producer, fucking model, photographer. No, you're not. You're an Instagram whore. That's what you are.
You know what?
There's a lot of good people out there know what the fuck they're doing though. They just don't have that fucking.
But there's a lot.
They don't have the
They don't
money.
have that
They don't have the
exposure.
outlet,
The money.
no?
The
outlet,
money.
yeah.
Because there's a girl I follow on Instagram and Facebook, Flora Mago.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, great fucking musician, dude. She put shit together, but she's only known because of Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
If
No, I'm
it
not
wasn't-
saying that.
If it wasn't for those two things, nobody would hear about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's just now making it on Spanish TV, and she's a great fucking musician. I look her up, dude. Flora Mago.
I think if social media is done right, you could excel your
Yeah.
career.
But she's legging it out. She's fucking putting in the fucking work. She's just not relying on Facebook and Instagram.
But you have to filter through all the fucking wannabe models, all the wannabe musicians, the fucking living room rock stars,
To the talent.
and to the talent, and that's very few and far between.
You do all that shit and you find yourself on the Clika Podcast.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
For
something.
free.
Let me
Wait,
ask
wait. Before you get to that
Yeah.
point, is to piggyback on that. You heard that artist Little Nas X? You know
Yeah,
that
I
had
heard
that
of him. I heard of
that
it,
some fucking country rap song. That little fucker, he's only 20 years old, and this motherfucker, he studied all the hashtags on Instagram and Facebook, and he said every word that people liked, and then he bought a beat for like $20 on YouTube, and then he plugged in all the words that people liked that hashtagged, and he made that song and made $1 million off that shit with no label,
Damn.
no exposure, and he just put it out, and boom, overnight.
Fucking big.
Fuck.
And then he even had the fucking nerve to say, I'm taking a hiatus from music.
What the fuck?
But on
Out of
one
one
point,
song?
though, good
With
for
one
him
song?
for figuring it out.
He figured the fucking algorithm.
Yeah.
That fucking single went
Damn.
13 times platinum. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
That
What
shit
the fuck?
was the anthem for every fucking NBA song.
Wow.
And his name, in hip hop, like to choose a name like Nas,
That
like
fucked it
bitch,
up.
you ain't Nas.
Yeah, that
He's
fucked
Little
it up.
Nas.
He's
No.
little, and he made
Nas
and
X.
boom,
No shit.
just like that.
God
Fucking Nas
damn.
10, dick.
God damn.
Just like that. He probably made more fucking money than Nas ever did on his first fucking
Probably.
album.
Fuck
Yeah.
no.
Well, he doesn't have to pay
whoa,
anybody.
whoa,
He didn't have to pay nobody. He paid $20 for a fucking beat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Good for him for figuring it out,
Yeah.
dude,
And he
honestly. But
and he preyed on everybody's like what they were hashtagging, and he put that in the fucking song, and that's how he made like.
that's what we need, man.
Yeah.
That's what we fucking
We gotta
need.
study that shit.
Hey, we need a smart motherfucker in this group. Yeah.
Bunch of dumb motherfuckers.
It's a Modelo, fool.
And we should do the hashtag cast.
It's Modelo time, fool.
Modelo fucked it up for
We
us,
just
sorry.
say hashtag words all day. Like
We might have a smart motherfucker, but he needs to take his hat off, dick. He take that shit off. Air it out, dick.
Air it.
Nah, put that shit back on, dick. Put it back on.
Put it backwards, fool.
You look like you're going fast nowhere, dude.
Now let me ask you guys this. I know a lot of haters out there on labels. There's a lot of people out there that hate labels. But if it wasn't for the labels, we never would have heard about all these artists.
That's true.
that we admire.
Do you need labels now?
No, not anymore. I'm talking about back then. A lot of people hate it. They're like, "Fuck labels. I'm gonna do my." I believe that. Yeah, you could do this shit on your own. But if it wasn't for the big labels or even the independents, we would never would have heard all the people like fucking Woo. We never would have heard the Beatles. Never would have heard the Rolling Stones. Fucking Pink Floyd, Nirvana.
But that was
you
social
think-
media wasn't out then,
I
so
know, I
you
know.
needed the labels to bring
Yes.
shit out.
Do you think it's harder to get signed and go out there and be a professional musician now, or was it harder before?
Before.
Before it was hard.
I don't think you need a label now.
There was.
You
yeah,
do
you
it
don't need
yourself.
You can do it your own.
Yep.
I mean, you won't make. Well, never mind.
You're never gonna
You-
make them. You're never gonna make the money that fucking Pink Floyd makes. That's for damn sure.
Well,
Oh,
that's-
that's over.
That's over. That's done.
And the whole idea or the myth of the rock star is gone.
Oh yeah.
Like the super groups, the fucking superstars, it's gone.
Well, like I said
you know what?
earlier.
Everything right now is just coming. Is just turning vanilla.
Well, that's what I talked
You know,
about
it's gonna be
earlier.
lack
You're
flavor,
no longer a
like-
star because
Well,
everybody,
you don't
everybody
have-
is a star. So
you
you don't
don't-
have fans anymore.
you don't- yeah.
Everybody is each other's fans.
That's why you still hear Guns N' Roses on the radio. That's why fucking Mariah Carey's still fucking relevant. That's why fucking Britney Spears is still relevant. Christina Aguilera, all those fucking people are still relevant. Why?
Because
They used to be-
I think older people are holding on to that shit.
Yes.
Oh, it's Mariah Carey. Oh, it's fucking
Yeah.
GNR. Oh, it's that.
That, and I don't think there's, I don't know, mainstream music. I don't think there's anything out there. I want to say from like 2000 till now. I mean, Taylor Swift, really? I mean, is that all we have for this fucking generation? Like, you don't have iconic fucking superstardom class, I think, artists out there right now.
This
My Chemical Romance, Dick.
Hey, like
What's that fucking Korean
fucking John Legend.
Oh yeah, John Legend. He's one of the.
Korean?
It's like
He's
really
a singer-songwriter though. He's
yeah,
different.
yeah, but it's like, you know, I
You
mean,
don't get that many anymore, man. There's not that many.
who else? Okay, you got Taylor Swift. You guys like John Legend.
Yeah.
Who else?
There was a rock band I was following. They're called Greta Van Fleet.
Oh,
yeah. my
they
God.
came out hardcore and then just fizzled out.
Yeah, that's
You know
it.
why they got fizzled out? Because they called out by sounding like a
Led
shitty
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin cover band.
No, but they were really good though. They were
I've heard all their shit
really
and I
fucking
tried to
good.
like them.
I like them because I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan.
See, that's why. But the problem I had with them was the lack of complete originality. They fucking basically Carlos Mencia'd the whole fucking Led Zeppelin game, dude.
But did they do it on
But
purpose?
I think
did they do it on purpose?
I think
did they say they wanted to sound like that,
No,
or was it
I
just
think
an accident?
I don't.
They're just
I don't
like, hey,
even.
this is our original band.
I think
There's no
maybe
originality to that.
there. I don't think so. I mean, they're from like a really small somewhere, wherever the fuck they came from, and that was their
influence.
That was their influence. They're like, fuck it, dude. We're gonna fucking rock, and this is our sound.
And that's
they're
cool.
young. The guy is like 20. He probably doesn't even really know fucking like he heard them like, oh, I want to. If you're gonna model your rock band after
Yeah.
somebody,
That's okay.
model it after
That's
fucking Led
fine.
Zeppelin because that's the gods.
Okay, that's fine. You could do that. But don't have the fucking balls sit there on an interview and say, hey, this is our original music.
Because they fucked up with the older crowd. You can't sound like
true.
Led
Fuck
Zeppelin
no.
and
That's
say,
true.
no, we're not a Led Zeppelin cover band.
They're
Like,
still-
fuck you guys.
you gotta-
Yeah, you are.
The older crowd is still the decision makers.
Because we'll sit there and listen to it because
Yeah.
we ain't got shit else to do. We can't go out
We're
at
the fucking
night.
fans.
We
We're the
can't
fans.
go to clubs. Yeah.
Fans are gonna make you or break you.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they lost it with the older crowd.
They missed it with the older crowd. They missed the mark.
They could have said like, yeah, fuck yeah, we only listen to Led Zeppelin. We're gonna fucking
And-
kick ass
yeah.
like them
And
too.
then you know what? The new crowd, they don't listen to Led Zeppelin.
They don't even know who the
yeah,
fuck
they
they
don't know who
are.
the fuck it is. You know.
That's why they came out.
But they have their concert shirt.
yeah.
Oh, that
So-
yeah,
They have
that's
their shirt, dude.
that's badass. That's
What was that bitch's name that had the fucking Slayer shirt? The Kardashian?
Oh,
Didn't even know who Slayer was.
Yeah. Like, hey, Rain and Blood. I'm not on my period.
That was last week.
But Veta Van Greet, whatever the fucking name of that
Greta
band
Van
is.
Fleet.
Eddie Vedder.
But you know what, though? I don't hate him.
I mean Darth Vader.
I actually... fucking Vader Van Fleek.
This is why I don't,
Eyebrows on fleek.
You mean Space Invaders?
That sucks, dude. I kind of like them. Whoever listens to them.
No, but you know what?
I mean, they're talented as
What
fuck.
I like is that
they're
they
bad.
they have that original sound, not theirs, but they're fucking still playing it. That's good.
It's
to
a
hear.
homage. They could have
Yeah.
said like, "Hey, we like them."
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they didn't come out.
Get
like
the
that.
lead out, you know.
They didn't come out.
But
like
that's
that.
the only reason people will hate their music. They're not music.
But
fans.
who else came out? There has to be other.
Hey,
bands
dude, I
after
hate their
that
fucking
sound.
music. I'm a fucking music fan.
Yeah, but how
You
many?
hate their music?
I think it's insulting. I think it's insulting that they
Do-
came
do
out
you-
like that.
Are they insulting
Yeah,
because
the album cover were like those '80s books that like you go this.
Oh,
if you go
yeah,
to the
yeah,
left,
yeah,
read
yeah.
one,
That shit is bad.
read page 30,
Yeah,
or go
you'll
to
die.
the right.
You'll die. Adventure books.
Yeah, their album cover, like
That's
it was
pretty
like a
badass.
their
When
whole
you
shit
hear-
was throwback.
When
Really?
you hear the chime, turn the page.
Yes. yes. Hey, what? Well, there was another group out there that kind of like reminded me of what they did. It's fucking Coldplay.
Yeah, Coldplay.
Coldplay is good.
When
Yeah.
They're fucking douchebags.
come on, dude.
Coldplay is a fucking a diet fucking Radiohead.
You know what?
That's what I'm trying to
Coldplay
say.
are a bunch of vegans who eat fucking plants all day.
Yeah, and that means they sounded
a
exact.
bunch of vegans that eat meat on the weekends.
But you know,
Who eat carne asada tacos.
They're like, oh, just today, just for today.
I'm gonna wash my leather Air Force One.
but you see how they didn't fuck. Everybody liked them.
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, not everybody. You know what I'm saying? They got big fucking.
But they can
following
write.
back then.
They can write songs.
Yeah.
I listen to like how they write the song.
But-
He's dope.
But what was the
their
difference
music
between
sucks.
them and these guys right now that you're talking about? Whatever.
They,
You
they rock.
see what I'm saying? So what the fuck was the difference back then to now? If they fucked up, how come Coldplay did it?
There's a meme of a picture of a pig and it says Radiohead, and then a badly traced pig over it. It says Coldplay on it.
No, but seriously, think about it. How come they made it and these fuckers didn't?
They made it. They fucking did it.
I think Radiohead was cool, and those guys were douchebags.
How come Coldplay made it big, but not these fools that sounded like Led Zeppelin? How come everybody hated on them? Is it the
It's
time?
being pushed on.
Is it the times that we live in?
It
like
was the
everybody
times
says, or
because
what?
they were actually signed to a fucking big label.
So that's the
Coldplay.
difference.
And it was before social media exploded when they had their career.
But you gotta remember, Coldplay was pushed onto you too, dude.
Yeah.
It was pushed everywhere, man. Fucking,
I like shit where I just find
What's that
like,
fucking C major fucking chord that they
but you know the song.
I now want to fucking sing it.
Fuck me now. My ass is clean.
Please bring some KY.
But that's the labels, that's their marketing. It's pushed onto you, so you know that fucking
So
shit,
if these
dude.
Led Zeppelin kids nowadays would have had a big label, that you guys would have been like, fuck
And you know what they use? They
Yeah.
use payola to get on the radio.
Everybody does, though.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh yeah,
does.
that's a common.
Yeah, that's a given.
happened.
I love how they fucking they accused somebody. I forgot who it was, but they accused somebody for payola, and they made it sound like a dirty word. Like no one ever does that.
Dude, that's
Dick, F is for family had the perfect one, Dick.
What?
Remember they're pushing that little kid fucking singer in there, and he didn't want to fucking play him until he got cocaine out of it.
That's a perfect example of payola. That's a perfect example of payola.
But
right
it's done.
Fucking
That's how
Nicki
shit
Minaj,
works, dude.
Drake, like, come on.
Oh, that's
man.
trash.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
But
dude.
they bribe radio stations to play them. That's basically what payola
Yep.
is.
Like even in the rap game. Well, first of all,
Especially in the rap game.
My apologies, because whatever the fuck is being played now is not
Yeah, that shit's
fucking
fucking
rap.
garbage, dude.
Yeah, that fucking Cardi B fucking sucks.
But she
Drake
makes
is
money
fucking
moves.
terrible. Drake, oh my
Drake is
god,
horrible,
Oh my
dude.
god, that motherfucker took pictures with Bloods. And was fucking claiming Bloods and shit. Motherfucker, you're from Canada.
It's like he was an actor before he rapped.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You were from the hood and
All this fucking,
What hood?
all this mumble rap and all this crap. Tatiana, Tatiana. It's like
Let me piss
What's that guy's
terrible.
name?
Let me
dude?
piss off some people right now. But wasn't the same thing could be said about Tupac?
No.
I'm a jam, guys. You see that?
No. I'm going to head out.
I'm out.
I'm going to head out.
Was he a straight G or?
No, I don't think he was ever a gangster, but I think
I know what you're getting at, though. I know what you're getting at.
you have a point.
He took acting classes. He was an actor. He
was
fucking learned
rigged,
all
that-
these things.
But I think that he
And he
Rick's
was accepted.
knowledge of Tupac is brought to you by the Tupac biopic,
No,
starring Jada Pinkett Smith and some unknown actor
But
that
I know
doesn't
what-
even look like
no.
Tupac.
I actually got this from another
sponsored
fucking podcast.
by the Black Panthers.
I get what you're saying though. I know exactly where you're getting at, man.
I
And
think
you're absolutely right almost.
I think he was an artist because he had a knack for
He was
touching different buttons.
Yeah.
Bona fide poet, that guy.
Yeah, it was.
I think he was an artist.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't like gangster shit, you'll watch one of his movies.
Yeah.
But he
If-
wasn't
if
really
you didn't-
gangster rap. I don't consider Tupac gangster rap.
No, but
He's
he
just
knew
smart.
how to make you listen to gangster rap
Yeah.
because he would appeal to it. And if he wasn't rapping, then he would dance. If you didn't like his dancing, then he would act. If you didn't like none of the above, then he would protest.
Yeah, he
The
was,
Humpty
very,
Dance.
He was a.
He knew how to press your buttons. He knew how to make you like him,
And you know what?
whether you liked him or not.
He was.
That's an artist.
Yeah.
He had the best of both worlds. He was an educated motherfucker from the street.
Yeah.
And he knew the game on both levels.
well, yeah, he was.
Which is why he was one of the reasons why he was so successful.
And
you
that's
know?
an artist. And that's an artist. Whether he was rich or poor or like sponsored by a label or sponsored by his movement,
Yeah.
he knew how to touch your buttons.
There's no doubt he was fucking talented.
He was.
But I mean, he's the same thing though. You know, he didn't come from the streets in a certain way.
He was raised in Baltimore. How could he not come to the streets?
But like saying like,
he's-
why did Compton embrace him?
He's
Why did
from-
LA embrace him?
He's from the Black Panthers. That's a whole different movement we don't even know
Shum-
about.
So I'll see you guys later, Dick. I'm gonna get fucking.
I'm going to head out.
This is not going to be named.
SpongeBob. I'm out.
My first show,
Let me edit
I
this
was
out.
hired and then I was fired.
No, but see, there was a lot of shit back in the 90s. There's a term called studio gangsters.
Yeah.
And we knew a lot of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, he was before that
Yeah,
time, though.
exactly.
fucking,
He was way before
name a studio gangster.
Fucking
Chris.
Spice One.
All of them.
Spice One.
Spice One was
Spice
one
One.
of
I
them.
remember
He was
Spice
known.
He was a studio gangster?
Yes, he was.
I remember
He
Spice
was, people
One.
knew him. People
Ice-T.
knew about him.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Ice-T, I don't know about. I think he was real.
Ice-T is a gangster.
I know.
Yeah, I think he was crazy.
Ice-T
I
is
just
so
want-
dope.
I-
And
I'm
he
about
probably killed
to
a few
get blasted.
motherfuckers.
I'm about to get blasted right now. But
Ice-T so dope.
Hold on.
Shit.
NWA.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm gonna jam, guys.
I'm going to head out.
Hey, was Ice Cube ever really a gangster? That's my
No.
question.
He wasn't a
Shit, I got
gangster. He didn't
unplugged.
even rap about gangster
Only
shit.
guy was a gangster was Easy.
Eazy-E.
That's
You
it.
know who was gangster?
From Grape Street.
So
you know who was gangster?
if you
Fucking
guys see
MC
me on
Hammer, dick.
No.
Hey, Prince Hammer.
Yeah, especially when he came out. Bumps in a hump. In a hump. Bumps in a hump.
When he owned the Atlantic Falcons.
Yeah.
Hey, go on YouTube and watch the videos of these guys talking about like LA. And anytime they felt, or MC Hammer felt dissed, he sent out a fucking crew to these guys, dig. True fucking gangster. True story, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I'll send you the fucking links. That shit's some funny shit.
What?
We'll see Carlos
Hey,
Pizza.
can I bring up a topic?
Yeah, of course.
For all my hip hop heads, what do you guys think about the new Gangstar?
Ooh.
I heard 2 singles, Diamonds, and the other one's Bad News.
I only heard one. That one with J. Cole.
You know what? What do you got? You heard it?
I haven't heard it.
Have you heard it, Chris?
I haven't heard it yet.
Okay, the J. Cole one.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't like it, I don't think J. Cole was mature enough for Guru.
Nah, it wasn't.
I think that it was 2 different songs.
Yeah, it did sound like two.
Because what Guru was talking about was a metaphor for diamonds, were for like, you know, life, your family, you know, you shine, you know. And I think J. Cole kind of took it off track, off topic, and that's where his mature, because he's very mature for the rap game now, but I don't think he's mature enough to hang with Guru.
Even when Guru was alive, a lot of people weren't on his level, man.
Nah, and
He was one of those cats that you gotta be on shit. Like,
I think Primo like kind of chose J. Cole because he's kind of top of his game now, but like the maturity level, like his content didn't match didn't match the song.
Yeah.
It was 2 different songs.
yeah. Well, then again, it's not. It's like the chemistry. There wasn't.
It didn't gel.
You know, like when you want to do a song with somebody, you gotta get to know the person.
Yeah.
So when he rapped with somebody that's no longer around, it's like it's kind of hard to come out with something like that. You know, like
I disagree because I think he's not a Gangstar fan. Because if it was
No,
a
he
Gangstar fan, it would have just gelled and it just would have fit and it just would have been like, okay, this he like. I don't think he was a Gangstar. Maybe he liked it or he listened to it, but I don't think he was a real fan because he was just off topic. He didn't match.
wow, how did that come about? I haven't got into that yet. That's far.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Probably money.
I'm not sure.
Who picked
I mean,
him out? Out of everybody he could have picked out, why him? Why J. Cole?
Primo probably liked his lyrics. He was like a.
He just said
That I don't know about.
Yeah.
I only know what I listened to, and I didn't like the lyrical content. He took the word diamonds and turned it into what he thought it was, and not on topic. Because Guru kind of made it about family, and J. Cole kind of made it some other dumb shit.
Yeah,
and
see, I only heard it
wasn't feeling
once.
it.
I only heard it once, no joke. I only heard it once, so I just heard it this weekend actually on the way to the concert. And,
Oh, okay.
And
What
I was
concert?
driving the How the West Was Won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this Saturday, man. It was a cool show. It was a lecture, you know.
That's dope.
Like, we're in a month of fucking concerts, dude.
Yeah.
We just wanted to go see
So-
Tool.
Oh shit.
Oh,
that's
shit,
right,
I was
that's
that.
right.
Dude, it was fucking dope. But this is another, I don't go off topic. I fucking hate going to concerts and sitting down.
Oh, that's not a concert then.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
different
We were like, I was up in the nosebleed. Just a whole nother story to that too.
Uh-oh.
But fucking, I was up there looking down at them. I just couldn't fucking enjoy it because of just where I was at.
You know what? That's interesting. You brought up Tool. I used to work off in a studio off Coanga where Tool recorded that
Yeah.
the song where they destroyed the piano.
Yeah.
I saw the bullet holes and all the shit what they did in the studio, and I met the producer. It was pretty cool. Like that. What got me to listen to Tool's music, because the producer told me, because I was like in a heavy hip hop, like I didn't listen to nothing else but hip hop. So to listen to something else, and then when I met the producer, I was like, oh, Tool, and I was like, what happened? Why are there bullet holes in the wall? Oh, Tool recorded. Like, have you heard the album? I was like, no. Who the fuck is Tool? And they're like, oh, they're a pretty cool band, and they took a piano and they destroyed it in the studio. And I was like, why would they do that? And they're like, because that's what they wanted on the album. They took a big grand piano and destroyed it, and they shot it. They took sledge, and they did that here. And I was like, yeah, that's why the bullet holes. I was like,
That's fucking bad.
Grandmaster Studio off Coanga. Yeah.
You know what's crazy about Tool is that nothing they do is like, hey, that's a happy accident. Because you hear a lot of stories about people writing music like, oh, I was taking a shit one day and I just thought of this, and then turned out to be another song, so I changed it around. With Tool, every note, every frame of video, every fucking nuance, every packaging, the message they send out on Twitter, everything is just well thought out.
Everything's real calculated, dude. Everything's fucking calculated to like the next fucking level, man. They don't like Chris said. There's nothing accidental about them.
Nothing.
They're it's like he gets a thought and then it's fucking
dissected
fucking 3 or 4 fucking times and then brought back and then dissected again. Dude. It's fucking crazy.
Time measures on their music, man.
Oh, dude, it's
God.
fucking crazy, man.
That song Schism has 63 meter changes in the song.
Damn, dude. The
So it's
fucking
60
drummer, man. Dude,
What?
that's a
Wait,
sick ass-
what?
Okay, meter change. You know what a meter change is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have 63 meter changes in the song.
Holy shit.
Damn.
And the bass line in the beginning has 12
God damn.
alone.
How the fuck do they keep... The drummer must be a fucking genius.
The drummer's a fucking monster.
damn.
I don't
That's
in
fucking
rock
crazy.
and roll,
That's a lot of fucking time measures.
in rock and roll, I don't think there's a better drummer than Danny Carey.
Because there's
Fight me on
32 bars in the measure, right? Or 34.
36.
36 in the measure. So how many was there?
It's a
72, I think there was.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So were they freestyling that song?
No, they don't freestyle nothing. That's the whole point.
Holy shit.
They have everything written down.
He's
Like, they
not just thinking of the song, he's thinking of the visuals to it and then the fucking what's the message behind all that fucking shit, dude.
Their lyrical content,
Everything.
the melody. I was explaining to him how each individual artist, each individual member of the band, they play a certain key, and they're all different. And when they come together, they make a chord,
Wow.
and that's including the vocals.
Yep.
See, that comes back to the original topic, the Beatles type shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit that Beatles used to do.
Exactly, and they're just taking it to another level. The only band that I could think that did shit like that was Pink Floyd. Like Pink Floyd, nothing that they did was a fucking accident. They fucking dissected every single part, every nuance. You look at the Dark Side of the Moon, which is one of their most popular albums, then followed by The Wall. Like those, every fucking note was dissected. Every fucking
Well, weren't some of those producers work with the Beatles?
Yeah. Well, they recorded in the same studios, Abbey Road.
yeah.
So
It's just
therefore they got
crazy
the same-
shit,
they
man.
got
I mean,
the same engineers. So they
I
all
dig
had the same
fucking
shit.
people that take music out of other people's comfort zones, and make you feel uncomfortable listening to it, but you have to because you're drawn in by the fucking whatever the essence of the song.
Yeah. Well, their fucking Lateralis, their fucking album is one of the most technical fucking albums ever made, dude.
That's the one where they broke the piano?
Yeah. Yep. Fucking, if you look it down, there's a video out there that explains and breaks it down. It's all number 7. The number 7 is prevalent through that, and it's related to some mathematical thinking, dude.
Really?
And most of the songs are in the key of in the measure of 7.
Yeah.
7/4, 7/8, 7/14, 7/7.
And that's hard to fucking do.
And mathematically,
Yes.
mathematically, dude.
Because that's an odd number.
Yeah, and they
You
use it
gotta
'cause
play it.
it's,
Doesn't it go back to normal?
It goes back into itself.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
song
Yeah.
Lateralis.
Wait a second. Feedback. What is that?
It's a phone call usually.
Hello.
Okay.
Identify yourself. Prove it.
Hell no.
It's fucking Malcolm. It's not the motherfucking Egyptian lover.
So Malcolm,
We did this before with this guy.
Hey, you guys just made the biggest mistake ever laid the record show. I'm just letting you know. All your records, because that fool's gonna steal your shit.
Malcolm will appear on all your videos. Malcolm will come out on all your records.
He's gonna come out of my tortilla next. Dude.
Malcolm is on the cover of the Tapatio bottle. Malcolm was the first Black Eyed Pea member.
Wasn't he the original Beatle?
Malcolm was the original Beatle.
yeah. He was the fifth Beatle. He's the fifth Beatle.
I think he was the first Beatle.
He was the seventh. Speaking about seven.
What up? Yo, mic check.
Hey, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, yo, man, what's up, man? You on the radio now. You leveled up, dog.
I'm on the radio. I'm in your video. All up on your record.
God, dog. Now we gotta hear you every week, dog.
You have no choice now. And you know what? Whatever dope record you got, I will trade you.
He's on Malcolm level now, dude.
Dude. You don't you guys don't understand. Malcolm was like a staple in the South Bay. Like if you were in Long Beach or South Bay, if you didn't know Malcolm, you probably weren't plugged into the scene.
Huh?
Hey,
I know, dog.
hey Malcolm.
You know,
Hey Malcolm. Malcolm.
Malcolm,
Uh-oh.
I think he has can you hear us?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
He didn't pay his phone bill. God damn it. Again? He pays his phone bill with his EBT card. Process that shit. dog.
LA03, message 3. The subscriber you're trying to reach is unavailable.
His EBT card ran out. God damn it.
When they start GoFundMe account for him.
Hey,
dude.
dude, you can't pay your phone bill with your EBT card, dog. Fucking Malcolm.
So yeah, man.
So what were we talking about?
We're talking about
Okay,
Tool.
Tool.
Okay.
Wait. We're going back to Gangstar. So the Gangstar song, if he calls back, we're not gonna answer. That he fucked up his cameo. So like Gangstar, bad news. Wow. If you guys haven't heard it, it got released over the weekend. It's eerie. Mm-hmm. The reason why I say it's eerie is because you know, Guru's talking about like these weirdos coming out and they wouldn't be so abrasive as if Pac or Biggie was here. But he said that when he was alive and now he's dead, which made it more eerie because it's like, how did he foresee this?
Yeah.
You know, man.
This happened like almost 10 years ago. He died almost 10, what,
About
10
10
years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
And back then, like the weirdo rap wasn't really, but he was talking about mumble rappers, and it's like, how did he foresee this, man? And for him to say all this stuff and to hear it now, and for Primo to be saying like, oh, I hate to deliver bad news to good people, it's like maybe he's addressing the fans, like, because if you were a Gangstar fan, you know, odds are you probably know Knowledge Yourself, or you listen to good music. So that was probably his, you know, his homage, you know, paying homage to his fans. Like, oh, these are good people. Like, I hate to tell you that Guru passed away, but he really didn't in his message. His message is still here. And that's the most important part. And when I heard this song, I purposely heard it on the way over here so I can talk about it while it's fresh in my mind. And it fucking blew me away. I heard it twice. I heard it with my girl, and I was like, God damn. Just like every other fucking Guru song, this shit touched my heart immediately. Wow. It touched me before I even heard the lyrics. I heard the cut. Before I even heard the cut, I heard the beat. And I was like, oh my God, just like every other Gangstar song.
Primo.
Instant classic. Then I heard the cuts, and then what the cut said, he was like, I hate to deliver bad news to good people, and then he was just cutting, and then the lyrics came. Before the lyrics is the hook, and I was like, oh my god, this is that Gangstar shit. It's like, he's not dead, man. His message is still here. He wrote something for us to listen to in a time capsule, and now we're ready to hear it, because what we're hearing now on like the radio is madness, dude. It's madness. It will corrupt the most innocent person.
Yeah.
It will corrupt you, like a world star or Instagram or Facebook. It will make you someone you're not.
And it's actually corrupting a lot right now, man.
Yeah, and corrupting because I have a son now. Before, when I didn't have a son, so I gotta watch what I play my son, because he listens to everything. He's a sponge, and so now I'll play my son KRS music, or Gangstar music, or something I choose for him. And just hearing this song, I'm like, oh my God, this was one of those songs I used to listen to when I was a teenager, and it impacted my life. That's why I love Gangstar. I really love, I'm a real Wu-Tang fan and a Gangstar fan, and just that song alone right there, I don't even need to listen to the whole album, just that song alone. And it just talks about, if you're not even into hip-hop, that's cool. If you're not even into rap world at all, but if you happen to listen to it, it talks about every aspect of the record label and how it will corrupt you and how it will change you and how you even listen to it. And I encourage anybody who listens, to music, if you like music, listen to the song, give it a spin, just listen to what it's about. If you don't listen to rap music, if you don't even listen to hip hop, check it out. It's called Bad News by Gangstar. It'll make you a fan. If you're not into rap, at least like Gangstar, you'll like it. Trust me, it's a good message.
One of the truest hip hop.
And he don't even really cuss that much.
No,
and he don't talk about It's about some real shit. It's a really good song. And
bitches and hoes and shit like that.
None of that.
He never did.
He never talked about that.
All his records
he never talked about that. And it's some good fucking. There's rap music. That's what's going on around now. That people making their money, and nothing wrong with that. They're making their money. We don't like it. Cool. We don't play it around here. Yeah. But we don't care about go get your money. Yeah. If that's your job, go do your job.
What do you blame though, man? Who do you blame on all this shit, man, that's happening?
People, because they listen to it and they make it popular. The rappers, they just put it out, hoping someone will like it.
And they actually grab them on.
They play to their audience usually.
Yeah, the people, the sheeple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
be yourself, man. Like what you like. If you don't like it, don't say, "Oh, I like it," but you really don't. Because now you're fronting on yourself. Like me, I'm walking around with a Wu-Tang jacket and I'm wearing a Heck shirt. But I'll listen to Led Zeppelin. I'll listen to Slayer. I'll listen to Sepultura. I'll listen to like some Green Day or Sublime. But at the end of the day, I'm going home. I came here bumping Gangstar. I'll probably go home bumping KRS. But I just like music. I like all kinds of music. But, just hip-hop has my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think most people out there care about a message in music anymore? Or is it just the fucking hook and what sounds good?
I think it's just a hook.
That's an interesting point.
I think that's just a hook. I think the more complex the song is, the less fan base you'll have. The more the message. If you are very like didactic and you're preaching, I don't think that people want to hear that, because people use music to escape or white noise. Put on in the background while they're doing something, having a party, working on their presentation or whatever the fuck. That's what I think.
But do you think the people that are not listening to it, the people who are actually listening to it are bigger fans now because of it?
Like, how do you mean? I don't understand the question.
Like, all right, there's people who don't listen to your music because it's a message, let's say. There's a fucking message in your music. Now, the people who actually listen to that message, are they bigger fans now? Because you have the people who just listen to it because it's trendy, it's fucking popping. And then you have people who actually care about the message, what it has to say, versus the hooks.
Like, kind of like how people, like, the fans are divided with Rage Against the Machine. Like, people that like the music because it's hard and it has
I'm one of those because I like the music. I just hate the fucking message.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, you represent probably about 80% of the population that listens to music.
Yeah. I like the music and I fucking hate their message. I shouldn't say I hate it. I just don't agree with it.
Okay.
Why?
I just don't believe his message.
Why?
Trying to like brainwash people into believing this is factual. This is kind of like what these college professors are trying to push on to people. Right?
I don't think it's a message. I think it's a think piece and an observation through a conservative mind.
He's trying to push.
a liberal mind.
He's trying to push a message or an agenda through music.
Well, that's how. That's all.
It.
Dude, Simon and Garfunkel did that. You know,
A lot of bands do.
Everybody does that.
I don't care for the message that they're putting fucking out.
You know, I can appreciate your viewpoint. Let me ask you a question before I get into it. Do you like hip hop? Do you understand it a little bit?
I'm starting to like it more.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan growing up of it, just because of the clientele, let's call it.
Okay.
But I'm also not somebody who follows a fucking trend.
Okay.
A lot of people, when I grew up, let's say Cypress Hill came out.
Okay.
Right? Cypress Hill came out. They listened to it because it was on the fucking radio, because it was fucking always being played. It was a popular fucking thing to fucking do.
Well, Cypress Hill was dope. First of all,
No, I'm not saying any of that.
No, he's
They were
just saying
fucking dope. But before I learned anything about them, I just fucking saw this guy wearing a fucking Cypress Hill shirt. Didn't know shit about Cypress Hill other than fucking Insane in the Brain.
Okay.
So it was more just because it's fucking popular. He wants to be the first one with the fucking shirt wearing that fucking shit.
Okay.
Which I didn't fucking care for, dude.
He's a poser.
Pretty much.
Okay. See, I can appreciate that because
thank you for letting me use poser as a hashtag for the descriptions. I've been wanting to do it.
Poser. Fucking poser. See, I can appreciate that view. But with a little insight with that, because your viewpoint is not of a hip hopper.
Yeah.
Now check it out this way. Zach De La Rocha, he was a rapper. But he had a rock band.
Yeah.
Inside Out.
That's why his message appealed to hip hoppers,
Yeah.
which is me. But his music appealed to someone like you because you like the rock sound.
Yeah.
It was what do you call it?
Paradox.
No, when they like a crossover type, like where they go from one. So he was into like Public Enemy. He was into KRS, but he took I got this rock band now, but I'm really a rapper.
Yeah.
Now let me bring them together. He was a smart dude, but I can appreciate your viewpoint from that because you didn't want to hear that shit. You wanted to hear some fucking rock.
Yeah.
You see, me, I didn't really want to fucking hear rock. Well, I happen to be raised on heavy metal and rock, so I liked it. But a lot of my friends were like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" And I was like, "No, this guy's a rapper, but he raps to a rock band." Which made them different. They weren't hip hop, they weren't rock. They're kind of a little bit of both. But if you didn't like either one, you weren't gonna like them.
And he came at the perfect time too.
He came at a really
when it actually started happening.
Yeah.
So that they were a little bit different.
Do you think they were the ones that created that? Not created, but like evolved that movement.
They
Because
absolutely did. Them and Korn absolutely evolved that movement.
There was another group. They're black. Colors something
In Living Color.
in Living Color.
Oh shit!
Those motherfuckers.
Damn, haven't heard that shit in a while.
Them, and there was another one like they had like you want it, but
Fuck, you just fucked me up. They're one of my favorite bands too. Faith No More.
Yeah.
Faith
there
No
you go.
More. Faith No More in Living Color. They kind of bridged it a little bit. You know what I mean? But like what Zach did with the fucking raw ass hip hop, he just to say, you know what, fucking, I'm a raw ass hip hopper, and I got a fucking rock
Well,
band.
he covered.
It's
he
basic-
covered hip hop on.
You
He
could-
covered
you-
some songs.
Yeah.
He
You could
covered
really
some hip-hop
say
songs.
that. You could really say that Rage
I
Against the
forgot my
Machine was fucking Public Enemy meets Led Zeppelin.
But you either loved them or fucking hated them. There was no in between. There's no in between.
See,
because-
I love the music. I just don't care for the fucking lyrics. Honestly,
and
dude.
that's
know what?
respectable.
I have a lot of hip hop groups I like that with. I don't like their lyrics, but I like their music. You know, it's like I can go both. There
I gotta
too.
like it
Yeah.
all, dude. I gotta.
But
like
you
it
know
all.
what? You know about them.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Yep.
And they got their message
Oh,
across.
believe me, I have a few of their albums.
There you go.
I wish it was just all instrumental, to be honest with you, dude.
But you bought them, right?
Yeah.
You listened to them a couple
Yeah,
times, right?
but also at the time I bought them, wasn't listening to anything he was saying. I was listening to the music, and then once I started
Dissecting.
actually listening, paying attention. I'm like, fuck this guy. but it's the same thing with with System of a Down.
I fucking hate System of a Down.
Why?
I just don't. Where are they now? Why aren't they making music now?
It was a parody, I think.
It's not a parody. It's just like, hey, I'm capitalizing on an incident, and I'm relevant because of George Bush.
Well, I think that's why they fell.
And when you got Obama, where did they go? They're gone. And then now you could blame inner beef with other bands and everything within the band. But that's where it came from. I mean, like, nobody's listening to that music because they had a president at the time that fucking nobody hated.
You see, that's interesting. What you said, like, you know, you brought up them and you brought up Rage. Rage came out before them, and then System of a Down came kind of like...
Same time.
It kind of watered that shit down.
Yeah.
So maybe they were used to wash that shit away.
Yeah.
Because their message wasn't there, but the music was there, and they kind of touched on that shit a little bit, and it was a parody of like hard music with the message, but kind of washed the wet message away. Yeah. But like, I still don't know why Rage broke up. That nobody talks about that shit.
Well, Zach De La Rocha left the band. That's why they broke up.
Well,
Why though?
Why did he leave?
He left because he
Why?
wanted to be more hip hop than anything else.
They even asked him if they wanted to do a reunion. Everybody was on
said no.
board.
He
and
just
said no.
disappeared from the fucking scene, dude. I think the CIA and the FBI said, "Hey, make another album. You're gonna wind up."
He started
dead."
believing in himself too much, I think, and just when he wanted to step away from the limelight, because what the stuff he's against is what he's fucking doing. Yeah. He's making money for fucking people. He's fucking contributing to the tax system. He's fucking doing all that shit. These are things that he's against.
The name alone,
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine.
And then he's fucking selling albums, making other fucking people rich.
But don't give
against his
Zach.
belief.
Don't give Zach credit. Don't give Zach De La Rocha all that credit because it wasn't him. It was fucking Tom Morello that started all that shit.
Well, they really came out in 1985 and 1987 and shit. But doesn't it come back to like the whole Nirvana thing? Maybe he wanted to do the music and he got too popular.
I mean, if it wasn't for Nirvana, well, I shouldn't say
they
it
were
wasn't for
before
them.
Nirvana.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been as popular because you gotta remember like the big fucking 6 bands, you know, fucking Pearl Jam, Nirvana, fucking Rage Against the Machine. There's a few other fucking bands that
Alice in Chains, Soundgarden.
they all came out because of that genre.
I think Rage Against the Machine came out because of Public Enemy. They used to have this yellow cassette that was passing around the Torrance area. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And somebody said Rage Against the Machine. I was like, what is that? And that's when I discovered it. Yeah. But it's interesting. We talk about it. You might say you're not into it or you say something else, but you know the message. Yeah. You know the flow. The message was delivered.
Well, it goes back to like when I go to a concert, I fucking hate getting lectured by the singer. I hate that shit.
Yet you like Suicidal Tendencies. I don't understand that.
But I'm not listening. I like their fucking music.
Yeah, but that fucking guy throws on speeches, and I love Suicidal.
What's the last Suicidal concert I went to?
Fucking with Slayer.
No, but even before, after that was fucking. They play with Sick of It All.
Yeah.
The only reason I wanted to go see them because Sick of It All is fucking playing.
Yeah.
I would never go see Suicidal Tendencies just because of them.
Because they're protesters with the rock band.
Yeah, I don't.
No, they're not protesters. They're just like It's basically
he's a lecturer,
Ragers,
dude.
Ragers, yeah.
No. They're basically like. He's like a TED Talk with hardcore music, I guess.
Yeah.
Or thrash music.
I got to see him perform live, and fuck, dude, he incites riots because we were right up me and fucking Pete. He was talking, dude, and I turned around. People were setting shit on fire. Like, people don't know how to act, dude. But this motherfucker incited riots.
Damn.
That was the shit about his music. I turned around like, this is not what I came for. I was
get the fuck out of here, Pete. Let's go.
Oh, dude, you know what? Okay, you know what? Let me describe the scene. It was a Wu-Tang concert.
What the fuck?
Wu-Tang opened for Rage.
Wow.
So I went from bad to fucking, and we were like in the front, dude. And Rage came out. They had a big red flag in the back with a white star, and it was just okay. Some shit's gonna go down. It was one of those crazy feelings. Damn. And then when they started, he started preaching. He started talking. It was like, fuck, dude. I just want to rock out, dude. Yeah. You know, I just wanted to hear Bulls, like Bulls on Parade and all that shit. And he started with this shit. And then I turned around, dude. There's fucking fires everywhere. I was like, dude, I still want to go home, dude. Like, I ain't come. People have
You don't want to
bandanas.
cinch off your beard, man.
Like, dude, like people have bandanas and
shit.
they had bottles on fire and shit, and they're throwing. I was like, man, I didn't come to a fucking protest, dude. But
But
that was
he attracts that crowd though, and that's kind of what it. Even if I agree with the message, I don't fucking want to be lectured in music, in fucking in concert. I don't even go to church because I don't want to get fucking lectured.
They have one of the worst fucking comebacks ever. I mean, that fucking whole Prophets of Rage. I mean, it looks good on paper, but the album was garbage, dude.
I don't like it. It was Cypress Hill with Rage Against the Machine
And Public Enemy.
The music was there, just the content
I didn't really
was
get to
lost
hear
in
it.
translation.
It
I
wasn't
heard
good.
and
It
then
wasn't
that was
good at
I
all.
only heard
Yeah.
it once, and that was it. I didn't even get it.
I heard it just to hear it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, me too.
I like Cypress Hill. I like Public Enemy. I don't like them all together.
Sometimes
Yeah,
they
you
don't
can't
mix,
have
man.
stoner and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work, dude.
And they're rapping like fucking old Rage Against the Machine songs. You know, just like, what the fuck?
I mean, they have one good song that was pushed onto everybody on the radio.
Unfuck
but,
the World. That's a good song.
yeah, but
I didn't even hear that shit. Oh wait a minute!
I don't
did,
care
I
about
did,
the
I
fucking
did.
message. I'm just the type that doesn't give a fuck about a message in music.
It's the
neither.
way he came out was kind of annoying. Like when Tom Morello came out with it, he's just like, Trump's in office and we got to do something about it. So we're bringing Rage Against the Machine back with a couple more members. You know, like, okay.
Yeah,
I just don't understand. Like, okay, why now? Why couldn't you do that now? Why couldn't you do it earlier? Where were you when we needed you?
The label wasn't backing them up, maybe.
They don't need a label. They fucking. He's all independent. He pulled out the Night Watchman himself. That group he was in. I
I don't know
mean,
what happened? Maybe he just said, "Fuck it, I gotta say
and
something."
who's gonna say no to Rage Against the Machine? Any fucking label sign. If they had like half the members, they would sign the shit out of them.
Maybe
if
he
they
didn't
needed a label.
So, I don't know.
Label.
I never got into
He said labor.
I never got into
had-
it. I never got into like that whole Rage.
No, like
I only heard what I heard on the radio. That's it.
I like
never
them.
got into
Don't get me wrong, I like them. I just don't care for the fucking message. They're saying, just example, all this machica shit, all this Mexican stuff, and then you have all these fucking white guys from Ohio fucking slamming to that fucking song when it's kind of talking shit about them.
They were fucking dope though. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't. It wasn't a spite against white people. Fucking.
I'm just saying.
Tim
this-
Cropper was white. You know.
I'm just saying it's kind of like a spite towards them, but they're still fucking slamming, dude.
I just know anytime I hear some political shit, that's a turn off for me.
Yeah, I don't fucking like hearing politics and fucking.
I think he was very pro, like, pro Chicano, pro Mexican, anti-establishment, and that was cool. You know what? Because at the time, there was Puffy, and there was all this, and even in the rock scene, there was,
Third Eye Blind.
garbage,
Third Eye
and there was,
Blind.
there was all this, and they're just like, you know what? Fuck everybody. We're gonna come out and we're gonna do our thing, and we're gonna slam, we're gonna rock. But you're right. It did have an agenda. It did have a message, and it was very political. And that's probably why it got shut the fuck down, because they're like, you know what? You got a lot of followers. You got a lot of power now. Give it back.
What's kind of like what happened to Bob Marley? Same situation.
How many times did How many times did they assassinate him before he got killed?
Exactly.
That's true.
So that could have. He probably avoided it. Probably
avoided. They're like,
just fucking chill.
He probably got a letter.
Yeah.
And say stop before you go on a trip and you don't come back home.
But see, on the contrary to that, my favorite band, Sick of It All, they preach in their music, but they're preaching about friendship, taking care of your fucking own, your family, fucking taking care of your community, shit like that throughout their fucking music. With that being said, I don't like their newer stuff because it's real fucking political.
Dude, their old stuff's political. Injustice System, the
Which
fucking
band
paint
is this?
strikes,
Sick
Sick of It All.
live in a
It-
world full of hate.
But that's all local stuff.
No, it's not. Listen to the fucking
dude.
lyrics,
Local
dude.
to where?
To them.
Where are they
Like,
from?
All right. He's talking about their second album.
I'm talking about their first album.
Where are
Which
they
is
from?
what album's that,
Where
Dick?
are they from?
I don't know the
where they-
fucking 7-inch
from
that
East
you got.
Coast.
That first 7-inch.
East Coast?
They're from the East Coast.
They're
Right?
from the East Coast.
Okay.
So they're talking about how unjust the system is to them, let's say.
What year did they come out?
1987.
Oh, okay. So
They're
it's
actually
like-
out before that, but
The
87 is like
Reagan
their
era.
first one.
They were on the
Okay.
Reagan era.
Yeah, so they're talking about that politics. I'm talking about Built to Last. Their fucking album, my favorite fucking album, is talking about taking care of their fucking own. I don't fucking listen to really the older stuff. Fucking Scratch the Surface and below. I usually don't listen to that stuff.
That's her good stuff, dude.
It's good fucking music. It's a good message in it. I don't care for the fucking message.
Hold on,
I love the fucking music.
I gotta cut you off for a second because I gotta make a point.
Who the fuck farted, dude?
Fucking
Damn,
farted,
again?
nasty, dude. She
Yeah,
farted
dude.
fucking nasty.
Just soak it up and enjoy it, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. We were talking about this shit earlier. There it is.
I happened to burp at the same time, and I hope you didn't guys feel that shit.
Fucking Modelo breath and fart,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, Modelo bread and pizza fart.
We talked about this and it's happening. Remember I told you earlier we had a fucking...
Okay, go on.
So
Continue.
sick of it all. I did not get into them because they were ever fucking popular. They're never on the fucking radio. I got into them because of the Built to fucking Last.
Yeah.
I got because of that message, taking care of your own, your family. That fucking struck a chord with me, dude. Versus trying to fucking fight the system and do this shit. I was talking about fucking supporting your friends, supporting your family, taking care of your fucking own, taking care of your fucking neighborhood. Not being a
I didn't
fucking asshole.
I didn't want to diss you on the podcast, but you know that Sick of It All is a very, very political band, dude.
They are, but Built to Last is not. It's not a fucking political album.
So it's kind of like what Tupac,
well,
like the Tupac reference.
But okay.
Tupac wasn't. He was political in the beginning, then he went poetic, and then he went gangster.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a serious
first
question.
one?
To everything.
I want to ask you an honest fucking question. Are you a fan of Sick of It All? Or are you a fan of Built to Last?
I'm a fan of Sick of It All.
Okay.
When you go to his fucking shows, he never fucking preaches any of that shit.
So there's not
The
a band?
The singer.
Oh, okay.
He does. He'll fucking get talky, but he still fucking passes the message, taking care of your fucking people first.
You know what? I'm
It's
not,
a very New York thing. It's
Yeah.
a very New York thing.
I'm not familiar with the music, but I'll check it out because you brought it up because I like music and stuff. But that's an interesting point you brought up because there's a group, Outkast, right? Goody Mob. So
Very political.
one of the fucking dudes, what's that fucking little guy, the little chubby dude with the fucking,
Oh, the singer. He came out later on his own.
you know his fucking name. He will come out to his rap concert and fucking start
CeeLo.
preaching. CeeLo.
Yeah, CeeLo.
CeeLo, great artist.
Short guy.
Fucking,
You know that one song.
who's that looking through my window?
That was the shit
now,
right there. That was the shit right there.
nobody now.
Exactly. But
I come on, dude.
His face looks like he sounds.
No, he's very talented. He
Yeah.
can sing, he can rap, he's fucking dope. But you know what? When I went to his concert, he started preaching. It's like, dude, I ain't trying to hear all that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, fucking just rap.
Yeah.
Like, he would, they would start the music, and then boom, he'd start with his preach. Like, what the fuck are you talking? I'm high, I'm drunk. Like, I don't want to hear it, dude.
No.
I just don't want to hear it. And I'm a fan of their music, but I was not a fan of the show.
Yeah.
And I went to a lot of their shows on the strength. And that's what kept me not going to the show. Like, nah, I don't want to fucking hear that, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, see, like when there's a message where it's all this other bullshit, and then you have that community fucking message, and it doesn't have to fucking be preached because you can fucking see it happening. Like, Sick of It All, you go there, first thing he fucking tells you, hey, that guy falls down, pick him up, hug him, and fucking keep dancing, have fun.
oh, that's the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're originally one of the original bands that actually started that shit. Like, hey, pick that guy up, take care of him.
Because you could get seriously fucking hurt at
Oh,
a
yeah.
Sick of It All show.
Yeah.
Like, seriously fucking hurt.
That, you know, I can appreciate that too, because when I started going to shows at the Unity, those when Wu-Tang was starting to come around, like in Smith and Wesson, like nobody was really mosh pitting, and me and the homie Roller J,
Really?
we start mosh pitting, but I knew from rock and roll like rules, you push somebody, they can push you back.
Yep.
You knock somebody down, they can knock you down.
But it's not a violent act. It's,
No,
it's
no.
more of like an embrace, like
Yeah.
like a physical release.
There's rules, yeah. Like you, someone falls, pick them up and throw them back in there. But if they don't want to get in there, don't force them in there, because then they'll throw your ass in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's rules to the mosh
Yep.
pit. Yeah, like if you ain't trying to get in there, don't go in there.
I'm really into this style hardcore, and there's all kinds of mess. Fucking don't eat meat. They're don't fucking
The fuck out.
there's don't fucking pollute, even though they're on tour. there's all kinds of shit.
Even
Dude.
though they're on a bus.
Yeah, that takes diesel, right?
But the music's fucking good, dude, and it pumps you up. DRI, one of my favorite fucking bands, most political fucking band I fucking like.
Yeah, that's another. It's weird. It's weird. You don't like a political message, but you're on.
But it's
hardcore is all about the political
message. DRI makes you fucking think, dude. You actually.
What is that called?
Dirty Rotten Imbeciles.
Oh, okay.
DRI. If you actually, when I sat down and I broke down the fucking lyrics and I started listening to it a little bit more, I'm like, all right, let me see that side because this is not a side that I'm used to fucking talking about. So I read up on it and I fell in love with it.
What about the Dead Kennedys? They're okay. Why I mentioned the Dead Kennedys is because they're a total 100%. Well, the Jalopy Opera years, the real Dead Kennedys. I'm mentioning them because they're very political, but they do it in an ironic satire.
Yeah,
like songs like California Uber Alice and Buzz Bomb from Pasadena. Like those songs are like fucking hardcore political, but they do it like an ironic like I'm
as a gag kind of.
Yeah. But they're spreading a political message through humor.
But see, like I like DK, but I'm not a fan. They were always too trendy for me, dude.
Trendy? How the fuck
How
are
many
they
DK shirts did you see fucking walking around Hollywood back in the 90s?
But that was more of a brand thing, huh? They wanted to promote their name.
I like them, but
that was a thing back
to like what's popular, and I don't like popular shit.
Yeah.
I just kept seeing a Dead Kennedy shirt every fucking where, dude.
You know why you see the Dead Kennedy shirt everywhere? Because they're fucking bad, dude. That's why.
Yeah, but you go ask those people, hey, what songs you like from them?
I don't give a fuck. You know what? I spend too much. I spend too much of my life calling out posers. I ain't doing that no more.
I'm not even trying to fucking call them out, but there was not that many true fucking fans out there. They just saw the big DK and they thought it was all punk rock.
I didn't know who they were. I thought they were like on some Ramones type shit.
Yeah.
No, they're like hardcore. Like they're fast, they're political, and their music's good.
They're badass. Don't get me wrong. But I just never been a fan.
Cause like I'm a hardcore hip hop head, but I like heavy metal and rock. So this is how I discovered rock music, by talking to other rockers, and I was like, okay, so this guy is the real deal. What do you listen to? I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
Because I like real shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a music
me and Chris
head.
had this discussion before too.
Dead Kennedys are fucking posers, or they're not.
They're dope.
They're
real
fucking
deal.
badass.
They're the real deal.
But they're not for me. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're fucking horrible or fuck their message. They're just not for fucking me, dude, for a number of reasons. I just don't fucking like them.
Okay, what about Minor Threat?
Minor Threat was my punk anthem growing up. That's what everybody fucking listened to first before anything else. That exploited all that shit.
But they had a serious message that they preached, didn't they? Weren't they the band that started this?
But this is when I was young. I haven't heard Minor Threat in several fucking years because the message. I don't care for it. I can't relate to it.
Like I said, I'm not trying to diss you on this podcast.
No, what year did that happen?
But it was all the music.
What year was that around?
What?
Minor Threat, when I fucking first heard them, like 91, 92.
Okay.
But they came out around 1980.
They're way before that.
You know why though? Because I'm noticing a lot of the similarities of every genre of music. It kind of correlates to their lyrics. I miss like in the 82, 85. I remember that.
It's the era they were coming out on.
Yeah.
But see, like when I got into punk, it's because everybody's listening to punk that I fucking hung out with. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, oh, you gotta listen to Minor fucking Threat. You gotta listen to fucking this. Mm-hmm. You gotta listen to that. I never fucking discovered anything on my fucking own.
Okay, and I just want to
at that point
let everybody in Huntington Park know that listens to Minor Threat in the 90s. You're welcome.
Hey, what about?
You can't take that credit.
I take that fucking credit to my fucking grave.
I actually heard Minor Threat from fucking Corny Laura's friend Encino.
So what about? We brought up Cypress Hill earlier. So a punk group that I discovered listening to Cypress Hill. Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah.
All I wanted was a Pepsi. I was like, who the fuck said that? And then I discovered it was Suicidal Tendency. Yeah. What do you guys think about them?
That's what we were talking about earlier about them being big old preacher.
Yeah.
I love Suicidal Tendencies. Suicidal Tendencies was one of my first punk bands that I really, really fucking got into.
I really got into it. Sorry. I like
that. I thought that song was fucking weird, and I liked the weirdness of it.
Because you know what? They came out like people I identified in my neighborhood, because I grew up in Huntington Park, and they're from Venice. So they're everybody that associated with was from Venice 13. So they're fucking they're all fucking cholos playing punk rock, and I'm like, I could identify with that shit.
I just like he's like, oh, my mom didn't want to give me this. I want to fucking pet. Like he was just. Everybody was breaking on the dude.
Yeah.
And he was just like, fuck everybody.
Yeah, just
All
like,
I
leave me
wanted was
alone, I'll figure it out.
fucking Pepsi, dude.
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking soda. And like, I like that shit because it was weird.
Yeah, for me with them, it was a visual. Because I love their fucking video. I love the connection to it. But after fucking like really getting into them and listening to them, I kind of just lost interest in them.
And yes, for all you millennials out there, Robert Trujillo was in Suicidal Tendencies before he was in Metallica.
That guy.
But see, like,
I sat next to him at the Grammys.
oh shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He was right next to me. I was like, dude, I like your music. I didn't know what else to tell him. So that's him?
Yeah, he's fucking bad.
Wow. Because I DJ for Aquid, and we sat right. Missy was on this side, and he was on the other side.
That's dope.
It was pretty fucking cool, dude.
I met Missy at my old job. She just broke her leg, and she was fucking nice, dude. I met her at Good Guys.
Oh, she was really cool.
Yeah.
Really?
She was coked the fuck out.
She's
But
little.
but cool as
She's
fuck.
fucking little as fuck, dude.
I was like,
She's
dude,
little.
share some. Let me get one.
She had a walking cast on. And
Missy Elliott?
Yeah, Missy Elliott. Yeah.
Good guy.
She's bad, dude.
Yeah,
Missy's bad.
I saw her at Good Guys. She bought a digital camera.
She's bad. My girl likes Missy. Missy is one of those artists like Madonna who can reinvent herself.
No.
Yeah.
I have to disagree with you because...
Why?
Chris is just on a disagreement.
It's okay to
ride,
disagree.
dude.
No.
It's
The
okay.
reason why...
I agree to disagree.
because I don't honestly believe that any female artist could be at Madonna's level. Just because
No. I didn't say at Madonna's level. I said that she can reinvent herself like Madonna. There's only one Madonna.
Yeah, because she's done every other year she reinvents herself.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
There's
she
only
stays-
one Madonna.
She stays relevant and her music's always
That's what I'm saying.
good.
Yeah, she can reinvent herself, but Madonna, no, there's only one.
Yeah.
But she can reinvent herself as like one of those artists where she can come back no matter if it's the 90s or early 2000s or now, because she
Yeah.
has a new album now
Because people
that's
liked her.
fucking banging.
She
dude.
had
Yeah, Madonna.
personality. That's like
Because
that's
she
the
don't give
key.
a fuck
Yeah.
about what the new
Yeah.
trend. She comes
Nope.
out and it's just
And she does
Missy.
it. Yep.
And
She does
I'll
it.
listen to it if it's good or it's bad. It's just if it's Missy, I'll check it out because she can
It kind
do
of reminds
shit
me of,
like
it's
that.
kind of like the female version of like of Outkast.
Yeah.
You know, like no matter what they do, you're still gonna want to listen to them no matter what. And that's why I looked at female rappers. And I appreciate a lot of female rappers. You know, because
How about we just call them rappers? Why they gotta be female
exactly.
rappers?
Okay.
Yeah.
The voice is female.
It's a girl rapping.
Girl rapping.
Why aren't there more female rappers out there?
There should be.
There's a lot of them.
Reverie is killing it right now.
Rhapsody.
Reverie is really, she is the new face of LA and the new generation of LA that's totally doing it independent, and she's really on top of the game. If you guys haven't heard of Reverie, wow, check her out. She's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
I met her once, her and
I
Gavilan.
went to go see her. I seen her.
They got a whole fucking movement
They do.
that's banging.
I don't know. I like just female singers, period, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm a big.
And regardless of the message, I like female singers.
You just like females.
Let's do a quick roundtable before we wrap it up. So, who's your favorite singer and why? Your favorite female singer and why? Let's start with you.
Female singer?
Nah, come back to me, dude. I gotta fucking think this one through.
Female singer?
And why?
Aaliyah, because she's just fucking sexy.
Well, not anymore now.
It doesn't matter. If you listen to any Aaliyah song, it'll take you back in time.
Yeah.
She's just that. She's on a Sade level. Like, she's fucking good.
Dude, you said it. That's mine.
Don't take mine.
No, mine is.
That's
Sade.
mine.
No, mine. No, you said it. Sade.
Oh, Sade.
That's mine. That's mine, man.
Okay, you take Sade, I'll take Aaliyah.
Yeah, since I was a kid, I listened to her, man, and you know, she was always on the fucking the wave. I used to listen to the wave back then. And it's still around.
94.7
The way.
And I used to hear her on KJLH a lot.
Sade, Sade is bad.
I
She's
always
still
heard of her.
bad.
No matter any station, I always played
She's
her.
fucking original. That's
So
why, dude.
that's my all-time favorite female
Man,
singer.
the shit I'll do to Sade.
And I
Hey, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. He's a smooth operator.
Who's yours, Chris?
Amy motherfucking Winehouse.
Oh shit!
damn.
You know what? I just had an Amy Winehouse kick, dude. I was listening to that song Valerie.
Yeah.
And oh my god, dude, she was. You know what? Her birthday is my birthday, September 14th, which
Yeah.
is actually Nas's birthday, and they recorded together. Man, dude, Amy Winehouse is bad.
Because she is like a fucking chameleon. She could sing jazz standards. She could do a hip hop song. She could do a pop song. She could do a rock song if she wanted to. She could do a reggae song. She was in her generation and in the time she was out, no fucking woman singer could fucking touch her else.
Nobody.
And she was only fucking 24 when she started, dude. No. She was 22 when she got signed, right?
I have no idea, but
She's about
when
22 years old.
When
When
she went with Daptone Records over there in New York, that's when she got.
Man.
And the Dap Kings lost Sharon. What's her
Sharon
name?
Jones.
They
Sharon
lost
Jones.
Sharon Jones
Yeah.
and Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better singer than Amy Winehouse, a better female singer that's on her level, because she could sing in so many ways, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the
Sad.
Mariah Careys that they could do that high fucking octave pitch and everything, and Minnie Ripton. I mean, they're great
Dude,
female
she was
artists out there,
bad.
but
there's a lot.
Amy Winehouse was just in her fucking field of her own, because not only was she like, she had this voice this angelic jazzy voice,
Yeah.
but her fucking lyrics were so fucking
Just her
hood.
swag, dude. Did you see the?
She was
just,
hood,
Just
like-
check out Valerie, the acapella version where she was just chilling in her sweats, and oh my god, it's just incredible. I listened to that probably for like 2 weeks straight. Just listen to that fucking song.
Yeah.
And it's a remake of another song, but like, wow, she was. There's only she
that-
broke the mold on a lot of different
Yeah.
things.
Just the music,
And then
man.
she couldn't. And nobody's come out to say, "Hey, that's the next Amy Winehouse."
Hey, you know, that's the
gonna be
thing,
hard.
dude. Like
It's
when
never gonna come. It's
when
never
she sang, like you can understand it, but when she spoke, like she was like, I don't know what the fuck she was saying.
she
like
had that West End's fucking
weird
accent.
ass fucking
Yeah.
Beatle talk. Hello, mate.
Okay,
the music.
But
That-
she sang was fucking dope.
but that accent is like America's like hood accent, like a hip hop accent, you know, like a
Like-
ghetto.
it's Cockney.
She talked ghetto, and her lyrics were ghetto as. You fucking threw me out like I was Tangeray, dude. What the fuck, dude? That's a dope line right there, dude.
Fucking Amy Winehouse.
Man, that fucking music alone, man. I
Yeah.
could play that shit. I could play just the instrumentals of their music.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
fucking amazing, man.
She had the fucking great producers. She had a firepower.
She had the
dude.
Dap Kings,
the
dude.
Dap King. You
Dude,
can't fuck
she
with them.
died at 27 years old.
They
dude.
all do, man. Jimi
That's
Hendrix,
yeah,
That's
Janis
my favorite.
Joplin.
Jim Morrison, all of them.
That's
Let me ask you
Fucking
though, how many
Tupac.
That's my
people?
favorite number, man. 27.
How many
for some
people
weird
were
reason.
fans of her before she died?
I was.
I was.
I don't like anybody popular. I'm
No, I
weird
was.
like that.
I had a record back then. man.
I
That
heard
was
fucking
back then.
Rehab, dude. I heard Rehab, and I'm like, fuck, that's a fucking great song, dude.
I mean, if you think of the general population, how many people were actually into her before she passed away?
She was big, dude. She fucking.
She was big.
She couldn't go to the fucking store. She couldn't eat at a restaurant. She couldn't even go on
Sad.
vacation, dude. She was like fucking like constantly hoarded.
Yeah, I think I'll be the only one here who says I just don't care for her. And I love female vocalists.
Dude, she is bad.
Check her
dude.
out.
Her
No,
music.
but you see,
she's
like,
funk.
check
I
her
love her
out.
funky ass
No,
music, dude.
yeah.
She
I
has-
have actually. There's a cover band that I took pictures of.
I think I know who you're talking
The
about.
Amy
Yeah.
Winehouse experience.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
they're fucking badass, but I just
But it's not her.
yeah.
It's not for
It's
you.
not.
her.
It's not. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing with me is like, I don't fucking like listening to shit because everybody else fucking agrees with
What's
it.
your
dude.
cup of So what's your cup of tea lately? What kind of tea you sipping now?
Well, let me explain something. Like,
Sweet
I don't.
I like sweet tea.
I don't try to convince people to agree with me at all.
No.
These
no.
are just my fucking opinions.
No, I'm
on
just
fucking
saying.
things.
I'm curious what you've been listening to. I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks.
Because fucking female singers right now, the top 3 I can fucking think of is a chick for Naked Aggression.
Okay.
And that's very political.
Which,
I just love
what
the
kind of
fucking
music is
That's
that?
It's
punk.
punk rock.
Okay.
She's a fucking school teacher. She's very political. I just love the tone of her
What's her
fucking
name?
voice.
It's something aggression, isn't
I'm gonna
it?
check that
I
out.
don't remember.
Does she teach history or what?
I don't know. I just know she's a teacher.
What's the name?
Naked Aggression.
I'll check it out.
They're super local.
There's a all-girl punk band I fucking really like, Snapper. I always listen to them,
What
dude.
about Savages?
Never heard.
Snapper's another fucking political band.
Yeah,
dude.
but see, this is what I'm saying. I don't care for the message, but the fucking fuck you for trying to call me out. First of
I'm
all,
not. I'm
No,
not.
look,
I'm
suck
not.
a fucking dick, a big-headed fucking cock. You can suck it all down, all the way down your fucking
Hey,
tonsils.
hey,
I know what
hey.
you're fucking doing. Cause we fucking talked about this before. You're always trying to correct me on shit.
I'm not trying to correct
No,
you.
yes, you are.
I'm
So suck
not.
a dick.
I'm just
I
trying
already
to
know you, dick.
I'm
I know
just
what's underneath that fucking stupid hat, dick.
I'm just
Damn!
Look, dick.
Shots fired. Shots
Look,
fired.
Wow!
I don't try to convince people to look at my fucking viewpoint. I'm not about that. We were talking about punk rock before.
I
What
understand.
what I consider punk rock is not what everybody considers punk rock, right? You say Ramones are punk rock. I don't consider them punk rock.
I think
consider
hip hop is punk rock.
hip hop is more punk rock than most punk rock bands out there.
The Ramones are totally punk rock.
They're punk rock to
Television's
everybody else,
punk
but to
rock.
me they're not.
Iggy Pop is punk rock.
Fuck
Fucking
yeah.
the
Pop.
New York Dolls
They're
is punk
pop.
rock.
Fuck
They're
yeah.
pop. They're popular. They're pop.
CBGB
But
was hip-hop.
But that's my fucking opinion.
See, they're popular now, but they weren't popular back then.
Wait, whoa.
Do you understand?
They were popular back then as well, Dick.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were fucking mainstream. Fucking, of course, everybody's gonna have their little fucking. They're gonna start off, small, but they grew up. They blew up that way. But what I'm saying is, what's punk rock to everybody is not punk rock to me, dude. I have my own fucking opinion. What's punk rock? Punk rock to me is fucking grassroots, playing backyard shows,
Yeah.
fucking, playing fucking for next to nothing.
And that's
but just-
hip-hop.
Yeah, putting
Yeah.
their fucking message out there, regardless if I believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's punk rock to me, dude.
Yeah, that's that,
Minor Threat.
That's that spirit.
Minor Threat was never punk rock to me, even though they're considered hardcore. But I'm not going to try to enforce that onto anybody. I don't want to fucking force anybody to think like me because this is my personal
And
opinion.
then I'm okay.
With that being said, Mazzy Star is my favorite fucking female
What
vocalist.
the fuck,
Hell
dude?
yeah.
Are you
Suck
on
a
your
dick.
fucking period? Mazzy Star?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, she's the shit. She's
Come
the
on,
shit, dude.
You
That's
went
what-
to some crazy shit to
That's
Mazzy Star? No.
You like to build up on that shit, Nick?
You're trolling me now.
So he's saying that Hope Sandoval is his favorite singer.
Wow. A fucking
You know why?
guitar.
You know why? Because she made Angus get his first fucking kiss.
Who the fuck is Angus?
The best movie ever made.
Angus?
Yeah, look it up, dude.
I don't think I.
No, okay, I'm not. Okay, I'm
Hey,
not.
but you know what? Talk shit about Mazzy Star. I heard the fucking song. I heard it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you said it.
I just thought it would be the funniest thing to say.
It threw me the fuck off, dude. No, and I like that
This
because
motherfucker.
I didn't expect that from you. Talking all that punk rock shit. What is that fucking like? "Boo, you left me like."
I know his favorites. I know his favorite
What
female.
fucking song is that?
I know his favorite female singer. It's the singer.
Wandering Star, Dick.
Why
what's
do
the
you
name?
know it?
Your
Wandering
fa-
Star is Portishead.
Yeah, Portishead.
Yeah.
You're talking about "Fade Into You." That's her favorite
Yeah,
song.
fade into you, Dick.
Okay, I know his favorite female singer. It's the singer of Aqua.
Nah. It's a fucking gag for me, dude.
I'm a Barbie girl in a
I play it
Barbie
because it trips people
world.
out. Dude, I went to a bar and I played that song over and over and
Why?
over just to fuck with people, dude.
You know what?
Because it's an annoying ass song. That's
You know who I think is dope? The lead singer. She was fucking this crazy little vampy chick from Sneaker Pimps.
Oh, fuck yeah.
She was fucking dope.
That
dude.
6 Underground song. That was. I like that genre, man.
That was some creepy good shit.
It was like
Yeah.
it was like that trip hop.
Yeah.
Industrial.
Yeah,
genre.
she was.
Talk about
She
the
had
one
little.
that,
She had short hair and she had little vampire teeth.
Yeah.
but she was kind of ugly, but kind of sexy because her fucking lyrics were dope. The Sneaker Pimps were the shit.
No shit.
That song, that Long Road Out of Hell with Marilyn Manson and her, that was a badass
That
song.
was dope. She had another song. damn, dude, I forget. It was like a house song, and it was the Sneaker Pimps. And she was the shit, dude.
I have their CD.
Yeah.
Sneaker. I thought they were hip hoppers talking about.
Well, they have the hip hop shit. They have hip hop.
Yeah, because I saw like Sneaker Pimps, so I thought like, oh, they're gonna be talking about like kicks or what is this shit? And then I was like, no, this is not what I thought it was.
That's a dope ass name, period,
right?
dude. Sneaker Pimps.
Sneaker Pimps.
That's
yeah.
fucking down, dude.
They had another song. It was some other shit, dude. It was like some straight up house song, but it was fucking dope. Sneaker Pimps. I don't know why the fuck I thought of that girl, but she was dope as a female singer.
Yeah, she's a dope female
good.
singer.
Mazzy Star, huh?
Oh, if I knew the name of the girl from that fucking Weekend, Here Comes Weekends. What's the name of that fucking song?
Lookout Weekend.
Yeah, Lookout Weekends.
He's about to throw up.
And we're out.
And that's it.
Fucking for real, Debbie Dab? The fuck, dude? Wow,
Debbie Dab, dude.
Debbie Dab from Sneaker.
And on that note, it's always best to end at a high note, and that's the podcast.
Dude.
Hey, I got one quick announcement. So we're starting the La Clika network in November.
Oh,
So we have 2 new podcasters who are running their own podcast on our network. So Sneaky, and we'll surprise you with the next one.
So tune in to the La Clika Network.